All right, so now we're all the way over here, but we need to get back on the correct side. So I'm gonna double check again, no cars. I'm gonna get to the correct side, and as soon as I can, I'm gonna pick up my feet and I make this easy little turn so I can go straight. There it is. So once again, this is what it's gonna look like now. So I'm gonna do a quick head check. I'm gonna turn to the other side. And if you want to, go ahead and try to make the turn without stopping. It might take you a little bit. You might have to paddle walk it a few times, but now we have to get back to this side. There it is. So once again, no traffic, no traffic. I'm gonna get to the other side, completely other side, so I can give myself all the room in the world to do this U-turn. So nice little right-handed U-turn. Double checking, no traffic. Get to the other side. And now we're ready to go. So I'm gonna stop right here because there's gonna be some problems that you might run into is the right-handed side, the right-handed turn. Sometimes for me, it's easier to go left because this handle, I can just grip this hand grip and it doesn't turn. When I do the right-hand side, which some of you might run into, is that you can grip this hand grip, but you accidentally turn it, which gives it throttle, and that's pretty scary. So if you accidentally give it too much throttle, what you can do, so I'm giving it a little too much, you can squeeze a little bit more of that clutch to balance that, okay? You can balance that extra throttle with that clutch. So it's gonna take some practice, and that's the whole point of this. So if you need to start off paddle walking on this first step, that's perfectly fine. So let's just say, hey, left-handed turn, I'm really good at just crossing the street. Okay, so I pick my feet up. But man, this right-handed part really gets me. So what I'm gonna do now is apply the brakes and stop. I'm gonna go ahead and put my left foot on the peg, and I'm gonna do what we did in the second part, where we're just doing one leg to balance. Okay, I'm getting some speed, I feel pretty good. I'm gonna put my foot up, but I still continue the turn until I get back onto the appropriate side. And now we're going over here, and then now we're gonna go ahead and switch to the other side. And I'm still a little uncomfortable making these right-handed turns. That's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and stop. Let's put our left foot on the peg, and let's go ahead and turn the handlebars and give it a little bit and balance ourselves, pick our feet up, and then get going. The whole point is to get you to a point where you're able to do a head check, you're switching over, you see this over here, you're using friction zone and a little bit of throttle control, you're turning the handlebars. This is what I want it to look like at the end of this chapter. I want you to just be able to cruise. You're like, I want to get the second gear, but Dan said stay in first, so we're staying in first. So I'm just gonna keep doing this, and this is what I want it to look like before you start heading out into the neighborhood, which is the next chapter, okay? So we're slowing it down for the turn. We're doing the U-turn. Now if you're like, oh no, I gotta do that, that's perfectly fine. You could still do that every now and then. We're gonna definitely make that better when we get to the parking lot, when we do the Smart Rider drills. We're switching over. And then we're doing a U-turn. All right. So let's say you've done that a couple times. You're like, man, this road is too small for me. Well, that's great. That's a good feeling. I want you to have that feeling that it's too small for you, because that means you're ready to graduate. And so always think about that. It's like, you know, the friction zone part, all right, it's too easy for me. Okay, then move to the next. Okay, now riding down up and down the street is too easy for me. Now we're gonna move into the next, which is gonna be riding in a neighborhood. So you keep doing that, but don't rush it. That's the whole point, is don't rush the process. Get to that boredom part and be like, okay, I'm gonna do 5 more. So every time you hit that boredom part, I'm gonna do 5 more, just to solidify that. And then don't move on to the next thing unless you're absolutely comfortable and you're not tired and you have hydration, you've eaten. Because sometimes when you take a day off, or you do it the next day, or do it the next week, it actually solidifies in your brain and your muscle memory. It's creating new synapses. So it's okay to take breaks. You don't have to rush it all in one go. But let's, if you're ready, let's go ahead and ride in the neighborhood. All right, so we're gonna be moving on to the next chapter, which is gonna be graduating from your little street that you got going on. We're gonna go out, okay? We're not gonna go on the main road. You saw that car just go by. We're not going on the main road. We're staying in the neighborhood. And what we're gonna be practicing here is emergency braking, swerving, shifting, and honestly, what I think should be an emergency skill, emergency acceleration. So we're gonna do some start and stopping, some swerving around manhole covers and stuff, some natural breaks in the road like that manhole cover. And once again, hopefully there's no traffic. So pick a time where there's less traffic or no traffic, and have some fun. So that's the main thing here, is have some fun. If you get a little too exhausted or too nervous, take a break. But what we have to do is now do a U-turn, because this is a dead-end street, so we can go ahead and get out into the main road. Well, main neighborhood part. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get back to the other side. Let's go ahead and do a little practice of that U-turn. So here we go, we're switching to the other side. I'm sorry, that figure 8, and we're gonna go ahead and do a nice little figure 8, nice and easy. Use the whole road if you need to. And here we go. A little nerve-wracking. So now what you have to do is actually pay attention to signs. If it's a stop sign, stop, okay? Max 25 in a neighborhood in the United States for the most part, okay? So if it's 15, you're doing 15. If it's 25, you're doing 25. So I'm actually going to slow down and stop, okay? And then look both ways. I want you guys to see something here real quick. This is a line of sight problem. So you're supposed to stop or slow down before the sign, but I can't see over this wall. Who's coming? I can't really see over that bush who's coming. So stop here, practice your braking. Go ahead and practice your friction zone and throttle control, paddle walk it a little bit. You notice how I can start seeing, and now I can see. Now I can see. Now I'm gonna do a left-handed turn. So it's kind of like the left-handed U-turn, but instead of turning all the way around, you're doing half the U-turn, which is a left-hand turn. See, we got a car. So a left-handed U-turn is 2 left-handed 90-degree turns. So we're just gonna do 1 90-degree turn. So same thing, if you need to paddle walk, that's perfectly fine. Goal is to keep our feet up. So there we go, we got our feet up. All right, so we have a stop sign up ahead. I can see it way over there. So I'm just kind of cruising. Go ahead and hang out in first for a little bit. Have some fun for the first couple minutes, just kind of cruising. Okay, so you hear the engine RPMs? Get up. When you start hearing the engine RPMs really climb up, especially in first gear, it's about time to go into second gear. But we're gonna hang out at about 12 miles an hour, 11 miles an hour in first gear for just a little bit, because I want to practice real quick just riding with my feet up. I feel good. But we have a stop sign coming up. Okay, so once again, we have to watch for traffic, and we have to pay attention to signage. So instead of mailboxes and driveways, it is signs that we're paying attention. These are our start and stop points. So we're gonna go ahead and stop. And once again, I was supposed to stop behind the stop sign, but I can't see. So it's just a natural instinct for me to kind of creep up a little bit. And now I can see. Okay, this looks like it's a bigger artery road. Now, if you're like, I could go right now if I was in my car, but that truck, especially on my motorcycle, scares me. Just go ahead and wait. There's no real traffic. Wait for him. Just go ahead and wait. Okay, he's making a right-handed turn. Very good. A good option here that you should be doing is using your turn signals, because we're turning left. So we're gonna go ahead and make our way. Now that's a secondary control we never really went over. So you have to turn it left to go left, and you notice how it's not turning off when I'm going straight? You have to push it in to turn it off, okay? So, hey, it's a no outlet. I like that idea, so I'm gonna turn left. I'm gonna look, I'm gonna maintain. It's like, oh, there's gravel. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and avoid that gravel, especially if there's no cars, and then I'm gonna get back into my lane. That is like the miniature of miniature swerves that you just did right there, if there's a little bit of gravel. So good job on that. You're avoiding road surface hazards in the middle of a turn, so that's really important. All right, so we're kind of cruising. We have a dead-end street, so a big cul-de-sac, thankfully, but if not, you already know how to do a U-turn in the middle of the road. But I'm gonna use the cul-de-sac, the whole cul-de-sac, and wave at everybody so that they understand that you are training. So we're gonna turn, 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 turn. I definitely look like a new rider, just kind of cruising. All right, so we're back here. So we're gonna go ahead and stop at the stop sign. I'm still cruising. Oh, I didn't turn off my turn signal, you see that? Yoink, turn it off. You have to push it in, okay? So we're coming up to the stop sign. And now we got pretty comfortable with, you know, just riding in first gear. But what do we do when we want to shift gears? Okay, we're doing some braking right now. Okay, we're gonna turn left. We're gonna go ahead and see what's around this corner. Nothing, nothing. So let's go ahead and turn left. There we are. Turn off the signal by pushing it in. Now I don't feel comfortable riding in first gear on this bigger road, because everyone's going 25, I don't want to, you know, slow anybody down and impede traffic, because I want to go in the flow of traffic. So what I'm going to do, because I feel a little still uncomfortable with shifting, is that I'm going to turn into this no outlet. So I'm going to turn right, turn signal, turn right. I'm going to try to avoid this gravel, but let's say I can't. So I'm going to go ahead and straighten up the handlebars. Go ahead and pause that. What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing? So that's how to basically how to ride a motorcycle in 1 hour, because I go from what kind of gear, because we're not going so, you know, so we talk about a little bit of gear, how to start, you know, what do you need, a helmet and gloves, basically to get controls started. And then before we get into the neighborhood, so we're going to talk about the primary controls, throttle, and all that stuff. Okay. How to start the motorcycle, that's important. And then practicing the clutch, practicing the braking, very important. And then U-turns, we saw that at the beginning. So some U-turns, figure eights and everything, and then riding in a neighborhood. How you doing, Harry? Eli, have a good shift if you're still in here. Be safe. But we got some crashes and close calls today. How you doing, Crockett? How you doing? Shmee, top fan number 1. How you guys doing? So let's start off the day. This is what we do. What did you guys do this weekend? What did you guys do since everything? I filmed last Thursday. So we did a live stream on Wednesday last week. I filmed last Thursday and I finished chapter 8, 9, 10. I went to the parking lot. I was going to show you guys some of the drills and how to practice the DMV test, but the parking lot was a little bit full. But we did the safety pre-ride checklist in the video, and the riding skills using the plan method. I go over the plan method pretty heavily, and then riding from a neighborhood to a parking lot. Because a lot of you guys were saying, like, well, how do I get to a parking lot, you know, to do the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills? And I'm like, well, that's a good question. So let's get you from the neighborhood into the parking lot, and that's the process I was going through. So hopefully you guys like it. It's pretty heavy getting into it, because a lot of people are just like, well, I just want to learn how to ride. Well, that's what that video is all about. And then they kind of they're good to go. But I wanted to get you guys understanding the plan method before you actually went out on the road. And that's what we did. And I say we, but that's what I did. And it was pretty good. I was editing it this morning before we hopped into the classroom. But yeah, I got the Smart Rider drills. Some of the Smart Rider drills, we're going to do 6 of them before the warm-up of how to do the DMV motorcycle skills test to kind of get you ready. Get used to the cones, get used to doing your figure eights and your U-turns and sharp turns. So we're going to do all that. We're going to do straight line weave and everything too. So what else did I do? Well, I got a chip in my windshield. I had to get that replaced. Got my oil change on the Chrysler Pacifica. And then, yeah, I got some stuff today. Or not today, but this week. I'm going to be going to Phoenix to see Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace tomorrow. That's why we're doing the live stream today. We would be doing it tomorrow. And then, yeah, got some other stuff. Is the DMV skills test consist of only the donut and cone weaving? So for Arizona, and it's pretty much the standard across the nation in the United States. I know it's different in the UK, in Europe, and all these other places. You guys have more of a robust testing process. But for us here in Arizona, all it is emergency braking, emergency swerving, a U-turn, a straight line weave, and a turn from a stop. That's pretty much it. Like the first exercise is straight line weave. You have to make a U-turn. It's not graded. And then you stop in a box. And then the second exercise, you start on like the little T. I'll explain it when I get to that video. And you do a tight turn from a stop into, then you have to travel a little bit and then do a U-turn within a 20 or 24-foot box, depending on the cc's of your bike. That's it for that. And then you do emergency swerving and then emergency braking. That's it. So it's like a 10-minute test, to be quite honest. It's a 10-minute test. You're supposed to get your permit first, and that's a written test. So you have to pass like the quiz. It's like a 25-question quiz or something like that. very easy. You just kind of study the book real quick. Then you go out and practice. You go out and practice your skills because all you have is a permit. So if you have a motorcycle, you start practicing. That was the whole video that I was explaining is like, okay, now that you got your permit, you can practice. Like, here's how to practice in a neighborhood. This way you're not like riding in town and adding a lot of different crazy factors to it. But let's get you riding in the neighborhood, and then we're going to take you from the neighborhood to a parking lot to practice your DMV test skills so that when you get to the DMV or Department of Transportation and you take your test, you're going to be ready to go. And that's what Module 1 and Module 2 is going to be on the Smart Rider Training Manual. Module 3 is, I'll just put it on the screen. Let's just do that. And I'm already working on version 2. It's a little much. So Module 1, so I'm going to film the introduction of it. But Chapter 1, and it's all crossed out because I filmed it. So just the beginner gear that you're going to need to get started. Controls, primary, secondary, just the stuff to get you started. How to turn it on, that's important. Friction zone and braking. Chapter 5 is going to be that U-turns and figure eights and all that stuff that I was showing you guys. And then riding in a neighborhood. And then license prep. So we're going to go over full gear, what you should get. And then this is what I filmed. I filmed Chapter 8, so the safety checklist, riding in the neighborhood, just doing the plan method. So we're going to ride in the neighborhood doing the plan method. So, because I want you guys getting used to the side of the vehicle, open lane pattern, blind spots before we actually get into it. I got to fix that. It's got some shadows there. And then the neighborhood to the parking lot. And then we're going to practice the drills and stuff. And then after that, I want to teach you guys how to rescue somebody after a crash. That's very important. That's something we're going to add into the training that we do here, or the training that I do here. And then different riding conditions to get you ready. And obviously the next steps are kind of like these things. But I want to get you ready. I want to teach you my way of doing things, the things that I do when I ride, because the MSF and all these other people, and maybe even your friend or whoever is teaching you how they ride. If you guys like how I do things here on the live streams and how I explain everything, well, I explain everything, I'm instructing you, but I want to coach you now on actually how I ride versus telling you how I ride. So if you are brand new and you want to learn how to ride, or you want to learn the process, that's what the training manual's for. Module 1 is just getting to go. So if you already know how to ride, you kind of don't need the Module 1. But Module 2 and Module 3 are definitely very important for those of you that already know how to ride. And I've already been working on the second version of it, going even deeper into it. But this training manual is going to be its own book. So this is the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills. So if you can make it to a parking lot, you set up cones. You set up 10 cones. You never change the cones. Once you set up the cones, you never change it. The only thing that you do differently are the different patterns. So if you want to grab one of these, there's 20% off. Links in the description for 20% off. There's a digital version that comes with it, which I will bring up right here on my phone. Because that way, when I'm riding and I'm doing it, I don't have to have the booklet. So you can set it up right there. That's the dimensions. I explain everything. You click the QR code and it'll get you there. And then all the different designs are on it. So you can practice them, you can do them. And honestly, if you can get through the moderates, you're kind of like pretty good. If you can make it through the experts, you have really good control over your motorcycle. So might want to check it out. Links in the description. You're going to become a better rider if you grab one and you do them. But yeah. Right now I'm doing a different thing with YouTube. This is the YouTube live stream. So it's you're able to do, so we're going to have a little nutty stuff going on. I'm able to live stream horizontally, like you guys are probably watching on your phone if you turn it, but it's allowing me to do it vertically, but I don't have it set up well for vertical. So that's pretty interesting that YouTube's allowing that. I might not do it a vertical live stream because I can do either or. That's pretty interesting. I wonder where you even see that. Like, is it on the is it on the shorts? Is it on the shorts shelf? I wonder if it's like posting it to my shorts. Let me click. I'm on my YouTube page. I don't understand it. Is it on my shorts? No, it's not making it a short. That's weird. That's weird. I don't know. I might not be doing it live, like vertically anymore, just because I just wanted to see what it would do. And there it is. So, what did you guys do this week? I heard somebody was, so you had your first motorcycle course in Switzerland. Nice. Still need to do the skills test. Also, my first motorcycle is a Road King Classic. Oh, you're going to have fun doing your test on that one. You're going to have fun doing your test on that one. How you doing, Joe Henrik? First time live? Well, go ahead and grab yourself a donut. We got donuts today. Go ahead and grab yourself a donut. We're going to get into some crashes and close calls. Now, if it's your first time live and you're watching this because you like all the crashes and close call stuff, we do 3 during this. It's about 2.5 hours, right? 3 hours of a live stream. And then we take those clips and then we post them for everyone else to watch. But they don't get to see and they don't get to hang out. So glad that you're here. I already have a license for cars. Basically, I'm allowed to get a learner's license right away. Yeah, that's kind of like how it was for me. Quick question before the vids. What are your thoughts on airbag vest? Dineasy sells one for $500. Airbag vests are cool. I like them. They offer a little bit more protection because even with the airbag vest, they have like shoulder, elbow protection, back protection. But then when it puffs up, it almost like creates a cervical collar. And then some airbag vests offer chest protection, and that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. So, I mean, I like them. I like the Helite stuff, the mechanical stuff, because the gyroscopic stuff of the Dainese and Alpine Stars. My big concern is it going to really go off? It should. And will it go off like when it shouldn't? At least with the, and then like if they do go off with those ones, you have to send it in to get it kind of like reset. At least with the Helite, you're able to reset it yourself. So that's kind of cool. And it's a tether with the Helite and those kinds. So you attach it to your bike. So if you do get ejected, it goes off. So I guess the biggest concern is that you like get off, like you step off the bike and you forget you're connected. But I heard that it's a pretty hard tug. They're cool. I think they're worth it. I got the AirTech because I know that I would forget to attach the yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing is if you don't attach the tether when you're riding with the other ones, it doesn't work as intended. So I mean, there's an ease of use of just getting on and off when it comes to the regular or the gyroscopic ones, the gyros in it. Interesting, Echo. Interesting. But I think we're gonna get started. We got 3. Also, if you low side or something, it won't deploy. Ooh, that's kind of weird. I'd want it to deploy on a low side too, because like you're tumbling. Like you could tumble. Interesting. But yeah, I think we're gonna get started. Let me turn on the fan real quick. Gets a little warm in here. Gets a little warm in here. Oh, you mean with the tether? Oh yeah, because you're still on the bike a little bit. Yeah. Interesting. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's take a look at this one. This is the newest motorcycles. We got 3 of them. We got some older ones, but we have this new one. Let's kind of take a look real quick before I hit the record button. Let's see what the first one is. Oh, somebody's already off road.
Mistake and leg braking were all it took for the bike to shoot.
Leg brake. Oh, late braking, not leg braking.
Thankfully,
well, his leg looked like it could break.
A few bruises.
Okay, that was quick. All right, what do we got here? A wheelie. Last night, don't count. This morning, don't count. Okay. crash incoming. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, we're supposed to turn right. Just miss it. Just miss it. Don't. Yeah, had a little accident, but everything fine. Just a few scratches, bent clip-ons, but luckily I had more at home. Learn from my mistakes. Be safe out. Oh yeah, I was gonna say just miss it. Talk to each other on your cardos. And if you're gonna be slowing down from high speed to like low speed, slow down first and then make the turn. It's very easy. Oh, let's get the pen out. I get it. You're like, oh crap, I don't wanna miss that. I don't wanna miss the exit. Let's get the pen out. Here we go. So just kind of like slow down. Stop. Look this way. No cars coming. Okay, do a nice U-turn and then go. If you needed to, you could pretty much do that pretty quickly. And I think that would be a good opportunity to talk about the Smart Rider drills because you do so many freaking U-turns. You practice slow speed really sharply, really quickly. I think that'd be good. But yeah, you could talk on your cardo and be like, hey guys, I'll just meet you at home or meet you at the place. I missed my exit. And then come back around and then finally do it. Not a big deal. Or just, take the next exit and come around the mountain, whatever it was. Not a big deal. But then right here, slammed the brakes a little bit too hard.
Whoa!
While turning. Watch out for traffic. Oh, 81 kilometers per hour. 50 miles an hour lane splitting. Why are you getting mad at him if you're going fast and you can't control your bike?
Mano.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun with this one. We're gonna have fun with this. That was the first few. Let's go and start it right there. All right. Exactly. Practice your braking. I mean, great skills wheeling. That's a good point though. Great skills doing the wheelie. I can't do it. I don't choose to do it. I don't choose to practice it. I choose to practice other things. But if your skills are over here for that kind of stuff, how about we improve our skills over here for the things that we're lacking? Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Let's get some energy here. Come on, guys. Tell me about your week. We're getting more people. 66 of you in here. How many likes do we got? Man, they changed up to everything. 29 likes. Oh my gosh. How are you guys you guys can't get a donut. You're not allowed to get a donut unless you hit that like button and sign into class. Okay? You don't get a donut unless you hit that like button. So there's 69. Nice. 69 of you guys in here. You got to click the like button to get a donut. You're not allowed to get a donut. I go out there and I make these donuts every morning from Costco. Just for you guys to grab a donut and not hit that like button. Come on now. Yeah, don't go in the wrong direction. Not very smart. But yeah, we're going to do a review of these 3 crash videos. We're going to get through it. But we're going to focus heavily on the plan method. Okay, we're going to be focusing heavily on the plan method. Dan up at 4 a.m. baking at Costco. I just walk right in. And I'm all using their kitchen, and they're like, what are you doing in here? I'm like, well, I've got like 69 students that are coming to class today, and they need some donuts. And Colin eats at least 2 or 3. So, yeah, I'm not even... Yeah, on the vertical video, it doesn't even show me. I got to fix that up somehow. I don't know. I have a way to do vertical stuff, but... I don't know if... I wonder if I'm able to stream twice in a way. I don't know. All right, guys. So, and I can't turn off the vertical. Wait, no, can I? Sweet, just horizontal. Maybe that'll help out. I like that better. All right, I think I turned off vertical. Nice. All right. What do we got? Oh, I can switch this to a members-only live stream easily. We're not going to do that. We want it for everybody. We want everybody to be able to get this education. All right, guys. So here we go. We're going to hit that record button. We're going to get started. We're going to watch the first video. We're going to get going. Your local riding group wants to ride from Springfield to Arkansas. Cycle Gear Shop. There's a little get-together. Something I think is going. Nice 2-hour ride. Nice, Crockett. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we have a MotoStars video. So what we're going to be focusing heavily on before we even jump to this, looks like he's about to crash. We're going to be going over the plan method. This is an educational video. So if you're a brand new motorcycle rider or you've been riding for a little bit and you're a little bit freaked out about riding and like things are getting a little nerve-wracking when you're out riding, pay attention to this video. We're going to go over some of these crashes and close calls so that you don't have them. And then we're going to go over exactly how to prevent them ourselves. So let's take a look at this first one. Looks like he's going a little bit wide. What you notice real quick, we have chevrons. Okay, those chevrons indicate that it's going to be a sharp turn. It looks like it's going to be a sharp turn this way because the chevron's pointed like that. So that means for the other people coming around this way, it's sharp. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Here we go. Oh, he's already off road.
Second mistake and late braking were all it took for the bike to shoot
Late
straight
braking?
past the corner instead of running into it. Thankfully,
So-
the rider walked away with just a few bruises.
Okay, just a few bruises. Okay, so what we have here, let's take a look. It's really quick. It's really quick. Okay, so right away we have our buddy up in front. Okay, our buddy up in front. Now, if we're riding with a group, we kind of get this little ego of like, hey, he can't beat me. I don't want him to beat me. I need to keep up with him, whatever it is. So if you're a brand new rider or if you've been riding for a little bit, make sure you're riding your ride. So if your buddy up front can take this turn at 60 miles an hour, but you know you can't, you know you can only do 45, go 45. Doesn't matter. Talk to each other in Ricardo Pack Talk Edges. We have links in the description for that. There's 10% off for those. It's a Bluetooth system that you can talk to each other. Just let them know, hey, you do your thing, I'm doing my thing, we'll meet up where we meet up. Not a big deal, or I'll meet you on the straightaway. But make sure you are prepping for your turns yourself, so take it nice and easy. And if you are in a group that is just constantly kind of pushing you past your limits, that's great when it comes to trying to learn something new, but if they're pushing you way past your limits, that's when you need to set a boundary and be like, I need to just do what I need to do. But if they're constantly kind of like peer pressuring you to go faster, maybe you need a different group to ride with. So a little bit late in the braking, so you want to slow down before the turn and then accelerate around the turn.
Thankfully,
Okay.
the rider walked away with just a few bruises.
Make sure you turn. Eyes lock on where you need to go. Okay, we're doing some wheelies here with a group. Once again, group ride, chatting hopefully on Ricardo Pack Talk Edges. Okay. So group ride, beautiful view.
Oh, we're going this way.
Oh, missing our turn. And there's the crash. Okay. So what had happened here? All right, first let's see what he says here. I had a little accident, but everything's fine. Just a few scratches and bent clip-ons. So that's the handlebars for these sport bikes right here. Luckily, I had more at home. Learn from my mistakes. Be safe out there. Okay, well, let's go ahead and learn from his mistakes. Write in the comments what you think happened. We're going to go over it real quick. Okay, first of all, not wearing any gear. Make sure you wear full gear. He's got gloves, boots, and a helmet. Just nothing else, really. All right, let's take a look. All right, so we're doing some wheelies. So he has some skill. Okay, he's able to ride straight with one tire. Okay, cool. But we're not paying attention. We're not paying attention to where we should be going. Okay, everybody's off in the right lane. We want to do the wheelie in the left lane because it's open. But everyone's off in the right lane. It seems like they knew what was happening. Oh, we're going this way. Everyone's in the right lane. Cool. Roll off the throttle. Apply some progressive braking on that front tire. Okay, if you don't know what that stuff is, I do have a video. It's about an hour long. It's basically how to ride a motorcycle within 1 hour. Okay, so you might want to check it out. I'll put it in the link in the description. So you learn how to do everything in your neighborhood. Just to start, you can learn progressive braking. So you're learning progressive braking right here. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. So what happened here? Now we're going to flip, right? So what was happening is applying the brakes at a high speed. So we're highway speeds, right? Trying to go from like, let's say 70 miles an hour down to like almost 10 at this point. We don't want to miss the turn. We see it starting to lose us. We're going to miss the turn. So we slam it even more while turning. If we slam it all the way down and not do it progressively, it's going to lock up that front tire, or we're going to lose traction and it's going to flip us, or low side. So low side is we kind of fall over, like we're turning right, fall to the right. High side is we're turning to the right, we start falling to the right, and then it flips us to the left. And that's what happened here. It flips them to the left, up and over. This is why I wear full gear, just in case you hit your head. Okay. Now, how do we prevent this situation? First off, pay attention to see which way we're going, right? Okay. Self-explanatory. First off, pay attention. We made a mistake. We're missing our exit. All right? Not good. So what I would do here, if I'm missing my exit, is I would just go to the next exit and meet them up. You know, talk them on your Ricardo Pack Talks. Be like, hey, I'll meet you where we're supposed to meet. I missed the exit. Not a big deal. Meet them at the next exit. Let your Google Maps or whatever tell you where you need to go next. Okay, cool. That's going to be the first thing I'm going to do. Second thing is if I don't want to do that, I'm going to stop in a straight line on the shoulder, okay? I still want to make this exit. Well, since I am past the areas that I can actually, ride on, because I'm not going to ride on the grass and whatnot, I'm going to wait until it's absolutely clear and do the best U-turn I possibly can. And then when I get to here, accelerate and catch up to our buddies. And I'd be telling my friends that. I'd be like, hey, meet me. I'm going to do a U-turn real quick. And they're going to hopefully slow down enough. And that's the cool thing about Cardos is that they have a good range. So that's what I would do. But how are you going to be able to do this part right here? That's going to be the scary part, doing that U-turn going against traffic. You're not supposed to be doing that. It is what it is. How are you going to do that? Well, you can practice the Smart Rider drills right here. I have 24 drills. You can practice in a parking lot. You set up the cones once. Each one has a QR code on it. So you can go ahead and scan that QR code. It shows me doing it. You set up the cones once. You can do 24 drills. And then it also comes with a digital version. So you can put this on your phone or if your phone mount, hook it up right there. And then each one has a QR code that you can just click and it'll take you to the video. So they're clickable QR codes. Practice your U-turns. Get really good at them so you can make a really sharp U-turn like that so you can get yourself out of there. Like I said, try to avoid it by actually making the exit, take the next exit, or stop in a straight line, not trying to turn and like slow down really heavy. Get onto the shoulder and slow down, slow down, slow down, stop, and then do the U-turn and go. Okay? Easy to prevent. If you do this, make sure you wear full gear just in case you make a mistake. He did pretty good. He rolled with it. Tell your buddy to grab some more gear. Things can happen. And check your bike if you do crash it. Check your bike. All right, lane splitting at 80 kilometers per hour. That is 50 miles per hour. Lane splitting, not very good. So honking the horn's not going to do anything for you. Okay? Just think real quickly. When somebody honks the horn, like you're not paying attention to what's happening, you're just driving or just doing whatever. Maybe you're walking on the sidewalk and somebody's honking their horn. You kind of look around and you're like, what is going on? What is going on? Now, what do you think everyone else is doing when you're honking the horn? They're like, what's going on? And then, boom, you collide into them. So the honking the horn is going to grab their attention to kind of pause and be like, huh? If they hear it. Now, your job as a motorcycle rider is to prevent yourself from actually getting into a crash. So the honking horn is not going to solve it. There's 3 things that we can do when it comes to an emergency maneuver. It's not honking the horn. It's not rev bombing. It's not screaming. It's not flipping anybody off. It's not hitting the mirrors of cars, which we don't see very often anymore, so I'm glad not to see that. We can only emergency swerve, emergency accelerate, emergency brake. Now, in this situation, can we swerve to the left? No. Can we swerve to the right? No. Can we emergency accelerate? Yeah, sure, but we're kind of already going 82 kilometers per hour. So if we see somebody in front of us, you see that motorcycle rider in our lane, how about we emergency brake? First off, don't go this fast. But if you are, for some reason, emergency braking. So emergency progressive braking in a straight line so you don't run into somebody. But honking the horn, hopefully they're going to get out of the way, is kind of ridiculous. So everything that this motorcycle rider is doing wrong. So hopefully you're not going to do that yourself. Okay? Pretty self-explanatory, right? He did stop to 13 kilometers per hour right before he hit. So it's better than 80. But let's not do that. All right, here we go. 104 in slow-mo. Probably kilometers. 114.
From that moment,
we have a lot of stuff happening up ahead.
Kind of reaction.
Going a little too fast. Completely not paying attention. All right. Oh. Please don't look up traumatic open book fracture on Google without safe search on. Why do you think he's grabbing his junk in his pelvic area? All right, open book, screw it. I'll do it for you. Traumatic open book fracture. Let's go ahead and go to images. Do I have safe search off? I think I'm going to get demonetized if I show this to you. Yeah. You can see some of the fleshy bits over here. Let's go ahead and move that off screen just in case. Oh, that top one is not good. That's what a traumatic open book fracture does. It's going to split your pelvis open. Now, how did that happen? Like, how do we split our pelvis open? Well, typically, on a frontal impact, let's go and take a look and see if we can actually see what I'm trying to hear. All right. On a frontal impact, we slide across the gas tank, right? So this is our legs. Oh, that's a terrible set of legs. Here's our legs, right? And we're sliding. What do you think's hitting right here? What do you think's hitting right there? Right? Yeah. So frontal impacts, very dangerous. Obviously, everything's pretty dangerous when it comes to a crash, but that's what's going to happen. You're going to be sliding up to your gas tank, impact. Sliding into your triple tree, exactly, the Dean, impact. That's pretty bad. So the goal is not to hit something, okay? But that's a possibility when it comes to this. That's why we rescue each other, okay? Stop any major bleeds best you can. Not much you could do for the pelvis, though, other than if it's an open pelvic wound, you're going to have to hopefully pack the wound, but now you're getting pretty intimate there if you don't have that training. So how do we prevent this? Okay, so he's reaching for that front brake. Okay, when we talk about planning our ride, this is the whole method when it comes to riding safely and aware, is that we're positioning for safety, locating hazardous situations, assessing relevant threats, navigating active ones. So intersections and corners are natural predators, basically, for the motorcycle rider. You know, if we want to go National Geographic here. So they're the natural areas where we tend to crash. So that, to me, is always going to be a hazardous situation, okay? Now, relevant threats. The relevant threats are going to be cars, pedestrians, road surface hazards, like all these different things. Are they in your path of travel? Are they going to be the things that are going to cause issues for you? And then you're going to have to navigate those active threats because they can become one. You know, if there's a pothole, let's say there's a pothole over here. Well, that's not a relevant threat because it's not in your path of travel. If there was a pothole right here, yeah, you're going to have to swerve out of the way. Correct? Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page there. But if there's cars in our way,
It's already too late for any.
like this, we're kind of screwed. Now, we got ourselves in this position because we're going 114 kilometers an hour. That's about 68 miles per hour in an area that we probably should be going half that speed. Half. So speed, now remember, plan could be you. You could be the relevant threat. You yourself with too much speed can be the problem. So let's go ahead and navigate our active us. Let's go ahead and get ourselves out of that threatening position. We're making ourselves a threat to ourselves. Let's slow it down so that we can put ourselves in a new position for safety. So if we get into now, we're going 114, so 68 miles an hour, now to 35 miles an hour. We just navigated ourselves into a new position for safety because now we can swerve easier, brake easier, and if we needed to, we can accelerate out of things because those are the three things that you can do. So we're stuck, though. We're stuck here going 91. What do we have to do? I mean, he's already applying the front brake. Maybe he's applying a little bit, trying to slow down. Hopefully, maybe a little bit scared of slamming it. A lot of people are scared of grabbing too much front brake because they're like, oh, I'm going to drop the bike or I'm going to endo over. Well, if you do it good, progressively, you're able to slow down quicker and quicker and quicker. Now, you're not going to be able to slow down fast at that speed. That's why I want you to go slower because your total stopping distance is terrible. It's going to be really far in distance that you need. You need like a long tarmac. Think of like an airplane going super fast and going on the runway super fast after they land. They need a long distance to slow down. So same thing here. You need a long distance to slow down if you're going fast, okay? So we come up to here, we're kind of screwed. You have to make a split decision. You have to. If you're going to be riding like an idiot like this, you have to be really good at your emergency maneuvers. Okay, so we're applying the brakes. We're not going to slow down in time. You have to aim for that escape because you're not going to be able to stop before that vehicle. You have to aim for the escape, either that one or that one. This one's going to be hard because of this vehicle, but at least on the right, hopefully nobody opens their door. Kind of sucks, huh? It's a pretty crappy situation. I swerved to the right. I hope nobody opens their door, and I hope I don't crash. Well, we got ourselves in this situation because we were speeding in the first place. So as a new rider, and as somebody who's been riding for a little bit, if you're watching, you starting to understand? Let's not get ourselves in these situations in the first place. All right, good. I'm glad you're paying attention. Grab a donut. All right, so hopefully he swerves, but he doesn't. Right into there. And he's accelerating. You heard that, too. He's kind of accelerating at the same time. So he's probably squeezing the front brake and then also giving it throttle. It's not going to help. You know how you can get rid of that situation if you accidentally give it too much throttle and you're trying to apply the brakes? Use your left hand pulling the clutch. Because then none of that power from the throttle is going to that rear wheel. None of that power. You're just rev bombing. So maybe that's what he's doing. Who knows?
bike. From
Let's
that
see if he
moment on,
squeezes that
it was
left
already
hand, though.
Too late for any kind of reaction.
There, he's squeezing the left hand. So he was squeezing left hand, rolling on the throttle, applying the brakes. Pure panic, right? It was a pure panic moment. All right, here we go. Moving on. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Astoria, thank you for gifting a membership to Alonzo. All right, right here. I love this view. So when it comes to locating hazardous situations, and I go over this pretty extensively in Module 2 of the Smart Rider Training Manual that I'm editing, but we talk a little bit about it in the other videos. So check it out. Links in the description for that video if you want to learn how to ride. Right here, we're in a blind spot. Don't like it. Okay, just a picture. I know we're passing, but we're in the blind spot. Over here is a pattern that we watch out for, is the side of the vehicle. Okay, that means it's an intersection. Notice it's an intersection. It's hard to find intersections for some points if they don't have signage. But if you see a side of the vehicle like that, it's an intersection. So right now we're going through locating hazardous situations. Side of the vehicle, intersection, blind spot, hazardous. So he's going to accelerate to get himself into a new position for safety. So after the intersection and ahead of this person. But watch him do this. So instead of just going straight, right? He goes straight. And then he moves into a new position for safety. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're going for the open spot, right? Position for safety, okay? He's going for the open spot. So watch him do that. New position. And now we can see. Okay, very good. Oh, once we go through it, once we go through the plan method, once we get into a new position, we're constantly locating. We see a car pull out. That's a relevant threat, turning into an active one because he's going into our lane. Yep. Lots of pain there, too. All right, so what happened, though? So we get into here. We're going 74 kilometers per hour. That's about 45-ish, right? But he's accelerating. Now we're at 80. He's accelerating 80 kilometers an hour in a 50 kilometer. See, just put it in America units. He's going 31. He should be going 31 miles per hour, and he's going 80. So he's going 50 in a 30. So he's going 20 miles an hour faster than what is required. It's the speed limit. Now, the speed limits aren't there to ruin your fun, everybody. The speed limits are there because that was what was deemed safe for the area. That's why you can go 65, 75, whatever it is on those highways, because there's no cross traffic. It's just everyone going one way. Here, it's lower because there's cross traffic, pedestrians, lots of craziness going on. So you must go slower because they already anticipated that you're going to need a better total stopping distance. So you're going to have to pay attention to different things. You're going to have to do all these different things. If you're speeding, it's going to cause you to get yourself in a situation where you're not going to be able to stop in time, be able to swerve in time, be able to do anything in time. So don't go nuts. You're starting to recognize so far in 1 minute and 31 seconds of just this one MotoStars video, and about 18 minutes in this one, that speed is a major factor in a lot of motorcycle riders when they crash. Intersections, cars pulling out, we can blame the car driver, we can do all that stuff, but you're going way too fast. If you're a new rider, take it easy. If you're an experienced rider and you've been doing this stuff, stop. Start doing the plan method, okay? Should have located this hazardous situation, should have been going 50, and we should have been able to stop in time or swerve in time. But we can't. So let's see what he gets to when now he gets to 52 miles or 52 kilometers an hour right before impact. He drops 30 kilometers an hour. So he went from 50 miles an hour to 31 miles an hour. Once he perceived, the total stopping distance has the equation. He perceived the person coming out. He reacted to it by applying the brakes. And then we have all this room that we need to brake at 80 kilometers per hour. Now, let's say he started at 50. He perceived it. He's going to react with braking, and he's going to go from 50 kilometers an hour to maybe 20. He dropped 30 kilometers an hour doing this. Don't you think he might be able to drop at least 30 to 40 kilometers an hour if he was just going 50? And then maybe this car, which is an idiot because I don't know why he's turning in the first place, but then he could have made a decision to maybe swerve to the right or maybe even stop in time. Speed is a huge factor when it comes to riding a motorcycle and why people crash. All right, wheelies, aura farming, yep. Up and over, flipped around, hits, oh, broken ankle because he hits the curb. Probably landed really hard. There's a little bit of a limp. He's talking, he can hear his Cardo pack talk running. America, yeah! All right, so, you know, on a crash, yeah, I'm sure some of you guys aren't going to wheelie, okay, and you're going to flip around, but this is why, as a smart rider, we acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case we crash. Whether it's a wheelie, low side, hit a pothole really hard, fell off the bike, all these different things, just in case we can't avoid it because it's at nighttime, maybe we didn't see the pothole, we have gear just in case we don't have broken ankles, broken issues, anything. And yeah, he's aura farming, so if you think about it, he's doing an ego ride. You saw somebody with a passenger over there doing a little bit of ego ride, trying to show off. Let's not show off. Ooh, okay.
There you
Open lane pattern. I want to point this out. This is a great thing. I have a feeling you have to hit, I haven't seen this video, you have to hit the subscribe button if I get this right, okay? So he does not want to be stuck behind this, and he sees this big open lane, right? He's going to want to get over here, right? That's what you want to do. When you see like 3 different lines at the grocery store and one of them is moving quick and there's only one person, but you're stuck behind 6, what are you going to do? You're going to move to the one that's a little bit shorter and a little bit faster, right? Same thing here. It's a natural human thing. You're going to want to switch over. Now, we want to do that. So does this person. So I have a feeling this person is going to come out, and then this person is going to come out. And we're going to have our little video. If I get it right, you have to subscribe. If I get it wrong, you have to hit the join button, okay?
was hit from behind by the driver who
damn, hit it from behind. So you have to hit the join button.
Reminder that even when riding perfect,
but these were also open lane patterns. I want to point that out too.
Who clearly wasn't paying attention. It's a harsh reminder.
This is all open lane. All these people on the right are stuck. They're going to switch over real quick. Always be careful with that. Always be careful with that. Great positioning, how he's all the way to the left. I like that. Now, you could be all the way to the right. You can be over here. Let's say this truck comes out. Boom, you hit. But if he's over here and the truck comes out, he has an opportunity to swerve into his escape path to the left. Now, supposedly, he's going to get hit from the back.
Even when riding perfectly,
great
is still vulnerable.
He was riding really well. Look at how he... I'm going to point out some good stuff.
It's a harsh reminder that even...
Right there. Great positioning when you're stuck in traffic and you're stopped. I want to point that out. A lot of people like to be like right here, right behind the vehicle. No, don't like that. I want to be over here just in case, because I'm looking in my mirrors, in case I see somebody not slowing down. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go. I'm just going to go. Very easy to do that. If I was stuck right here and somebody's not paying attention, they rear end me, I'm smashed between this vehicle and the vehicle behind me. So great positioning because he has good line of sight. You see how he can see really far? Really good line of sight. I love that. All right. I was wrong, but this is a good video. He's doing really well. Somebody's going to pull out? No?
To check mirrors and
very
be
good.
aware of what's happening behind and to stop slightly to the side of the lane rather than directly in the middle.
Hey, that's what I just said, Motostars. I mean, that's probably the best he can do right there. I'd be off to the left a little bit. Chrysler Pacifica. Love that van. It's a sweet van. Mine's pissing me off, though, but it's a sweet van. Small little impact. Not too bad. Oh, it's...
How
do you guys think? Just take a look at this one image. Why do you think she did not see him? Hobbits, I think you already kind of said it. Just look at this image. Why do you think she might have not seen him? Just even look. Can you barely even see the motorcycle? Can you see the motorcycle? It's kind of hard with that sun glare. Sun's right in her face. Sun's right in her eyes. So that's another reason. Like, you can't control everything. You can't control everything. So this is why I always park to the sides. If I can't control the sun, I can't control people driving. I'm going to do what I can control. That's going to hopefully mitigate a lot of these issues, and that's move over to the sides. He did the best he can. Thankfully, it was very slow speed. Thankfully, it was not a big deal. He got rear-ended. Cool, let insurance take care of things. But be aware. Be aware that this could possibly happen.
How did you even do that?
Yeah, the wheel might be fine. Double check the rim. Hopefully, he didn't pop it off the bead. all those different things.
You don't know how it's between the two cars, so you hit me?
She couldn't see.
Really?
I didn't hit you.
Yes, you
She did,
just
but-
rear-ended me.
Okay, so what are we gonna do?
But see how like this whole conversation can kind of go away and be like, you get off the bike, you get up to her, and you're like, oh, I can see how you hit me. Let's go ahead and just get insurance. Are you okay? Let's go ahead and get our insurance information. Let's go ahead and exchange some things. It's like, yeah, I already kind of understand.
Hey, 9YB.
Yeah, so he went and got the information and he said it out loud for his
Pull over to the
GoPro.
side.
Just in case she takes off, he at least has
Actually,
that information.
Hold on.
You're fine.
You didn't even do any damage. Just
It's fine.
get off
Move
the
on.
road.
You don't have to get angry. I get you're angry.
Looked
You don't
like
have
a
to
relaxing
show it.
lap. Didn't even touch the brakes. What even happened there?
Oh, that explains it.
See the sign?
Been dealing with a harness issue for a few weeks. No traction control.
Wow. Even on his favorite road, he should definitely fix the harness issue.
Exactly.
Thank God he was in full gear. Not a single scratch.
Oh, there it is. Not a big deal. Good after action. Not smart here. Not smart there. Now that is going to be a copyrighted Jet 2 holiday. You guys know what you shouldn't be doing. Obviously, he's doing something illegal. He knows he's doing something illegal. Maybe a stolen vehicle. Acting like an idiot. We're moving on from that one. That's pretty dumb. All right, moving on. This is why I always record when I ride. Okay, tram tracks. Write in the comments, but we're not going to go over it. Maybe this is what's going to be the problem. How do you handle tram tracks? Write it in the comments. You don't want to get that tire stuck.
Oh,
That's not going to be the thing that's the problem. Somebody getting T-boned.
oh. Yo, you good, bro?
It looks like he had a green light. So it's red. Oh no, he ran a red. Perpendicular, you guys are right. Perpendicular to the tracks. Okay, cross them over real quick. He ran a red.
Oh.
So that right there, that T-bone right to the leg. Yeah, we're having some issues with that right leg. So we talk about mechanism of injury a little bit. So when you see the type of injury or like what happens, you can kind of understand where the problem is, and that's like the medical reason right there, the mechanism injury. So you got a nice little impact.
Oh.
Thankfully that driver slowed down, saw it last second.
Hey.
Let's see if we blame the car driver on this one.
Oh.
Some hip, yeah, a little bit of hip.
You good, bro?
I guess, I hope.
Yo, I got that on camera. I'm pretty sure.
What?
Oh.
You ran the red, dude. He doesn't want to stay for that.
Yo. That car just ran the red light.
So this is why witnesses are terrible. Eyewitnesses are, it's been like debunked that they're really good.
What is that? Where's the car? That white one right
Yeah, okay, good. You said I was wrong. Yeah, because you look at the footage. Yeah, he did not run the red. Who has red? We have red, they have red. Car doesn't.
Oh.
So you probably, this is why eyewitnesses are terrible, because now he sees the crash and he looks up. He looks up to the situation and it's green. So now he thinks, oh, we had green. Yeah. That's why video evidence is really good. Biker bro code. All right, here we go. Oh, couldn't go around the cones, baby. Nice little e-bike. Guys, practice your cone drills. That's a straight line weave if I ever had one. But you can practice your cone drills. 24 cone drills. Link in the description for 20% off. I'll ship this out to you. It also comes with cones if you don't have any. 5 tennis balls cut in half is all you really need. That's a straight line weave. Come on, man. That's part of the DMV test. That's an easy straight line weave. How are you not paying attention? How do you hit that? How do you hit that, dude? Come on, man.
Turns out the first crash left its mark on the bike, and in a very next challenging situation, the rider ends up in an even more
There's more? Dude, you need to stop. You need to stop. You don't even need a license or an endorsement for an e-bike. I think you do need one. If you're going to be riding on the road, I think there needs to be some kind of training, which you can totally do when you just watch my videos, especially the latest one where it's learn how to ride a motorcycle in 1 hour. And you can apply it to e-bikes. You just don't have to shift.
Spectacular fall.
This is why I tell you guys, after a crash, check your body and check your bike. And if you need to get it like trailered home, get it trailered home. Because when he dropped that bike, it completely damaged that handlebar. So he went to pull for a wheelie, basically snapped it. So there it goes. Check for damage. Check for damage and don't ride your bike home if it's damaged. Embarrassing. Oh, and he gets hit. Oh, you got some burns on you because that tire going over your leg, it's gonna, yeah, there it is. That's road rash. It's a little bit, but you see the discoloration? So this is normal skin. You see all the normal skin, right? And then you got that little splash right there. So it ripped off the epidermis, and that's the dermis. That's where your nerve endings are exposed. And that little piece is very painful because your nerve endings. And then he's got some down here on his leg. Yeah. See, that's why you wear gear. Simple crash. He needs some milk. Look at all the Rurock helmets.
My bar snapped in half.
Are you okay?
I'm good, bro. Not really, but yeah, kind of.
What are these, teenagers?
Yo,
Sit down, stop hopping.
Yeah, look at all that. Yeah, that's all road rash.
Stop hopping. Anybody got water?
Why? So you can put water on it? It's not gonna do much. All right, here we go. Exactly why I have my GPS. It tells you a left turn's coming up and you can see the road. I love it. It's like a little mini map when you're playing video games. Oh, nice open spot. Good job positioning for safety. Moved over, applied the brakes. Wasn't just going to run it through. Now we're going to do a nice little tight turn from a stop. Get back. There it is. Get back on the road and then accelerate when we can. Good job. Oh, having some fun. Vanessa off the road. We got some water. When in doubt, throttle out, baby. Ah, now we're wet. When in doubt, throttle out. Love your gear. Is that climb?
Oh my god.
I got climb gear. What do we do? What do we do? A little bit of a panic. Froze. It's a panic response is freezing. Good job knowing what to do now. Training kicked in. Gonna lift the bike up the appropriate way. Handled it. Brain reset. That's what I like the editing. It was really good. Crash test goat number 2. What happened to number 1?
Just have to push well beyond their skill level.
What happened to number 1?
Keep up.
What do we have here? Somebody not paying attention, gonna go off-road? Because they didn't see the big pack of vehicles. There it is. Pay attention. Look, he has his own Cardo Pack Talk Edge right there. Let's go ahead and rescue our buddy. Remain calm. You see that guy was kind of rushing? Remain calm. Remain calm. Okay. What do we got here? Good job leaving him on his back. The earth is basically a spine board, like a splint. Stop moving your head. There you go. Hold his head down. Stop moving your head. Good job holding C-spine. Whenever he needs to ask questions, because they would do that on scene when I was a firefighter. Look at him move his head. So he's talking and responding by moving his head and directing his voice to others. That's a natural human thing. So what I would tell people if I was the guy at the head, which he's doing right now, he's holding it. So he's holding it still. So he's not rotating it. He's holding it still. I would tell the patient, like, what I want you to do is answer your questions and speak them out loud. Do not look where you need to go. Do not nod your head yes or no. I want you to hold him still, okay? Okay, yeah, I got it. Let's still try.
Yeah, you don't want to
Don't move his head. So another thing is he has a full face helmet. You don't need to take his helmet off because he's breathing. If he's not breathing and he has a full face helmet on and you want to do rescue breaths, you obviously have to take the helmet off, okay? There's a way to do it, but for the most part, you're not going to need to do it, okay? So if it's a 3/4 helmet or half helmet or a modular helmet, just pop the modular part up, you get access to it. Here, leave the helmet on. You can undo the strap so it's loose, but at least keep the helmet on. All right, here we go. Tram tracks. I think he just went over it real quick. I want to see if he did that. Okay, probably just a little bit quick. Very good, just like the car did. Oh, car's not letting you. The CUNT started swerving for no reason, but you play silly games, you win silly prizes. Oh, geez. Road rage. Let's not do that, guys. Regulate your emotions. Not a big deal. Move on. Especially around the tram tracks. Just let the idiot be in front. Let the idiot be in front. Yeah. What did I just say about hitting mirrors? And now we're doing it. Dang it. Spoke too soon. So now we're speeding and putting ourselves in dangerous spots because of that. All right. All right. So somebody comes out. When you see that and you see this right here and they apply the brakes. You see them apply the brakes. He's doing emergency progressive brake pressure right now because we don't know if he's going to continue going, but we see him apply the brakes. We're still in the intersection, still with traffic. Once you see this, transition from applying the brakes to now applying throttle, and then give it more and get yourself out of there. Don't stop right here. Don't stop right here.
Shabby.
Just move on, dude. All right, here we go. Highway riding. Look at the road. It looks terrible. Oh, good swerve. A little bit freaky. A little bit freaky. Good job. A little bit freaky. Let's see what happens here. So we get into the same lane. We're behind this person in the same lane. We see them straddling that lane, so we're kind of getting ourselves in a new position for safety off to the left. There's a crazy swerve. Thankfully, we're staggered and not side by side, so that's good. So he does a swerve because he sees him swerving, so he's going to mimic that to maintain that space cushion. So good job. Hard to do at high speed. I don't want to say hard. It is more difficult. It's still very doable, especially as a new rider. So good job swerving. If he did not swerve, he would have been hit. Cross the gore area to get back into our, exit. All right. Watch out for debris. The other guy seemed to be mad. Oh, we have idiots on bikes. Okay. Dude, you got a moped hitting a curb. What are you doing over here? That's it? Okay. So we're just cruising. Blind spot. We're in a blind spot. Don't like that. Okay, got out of it. Good job. Emergency accelerate out of it.
And
that was it. Okay.
The video doesn't do it any justice, but
video
it's
doesn't do it
such a
justice.
steep incline that I was going to stop.
Good after action. So listen.
Walk up and have a look, but instead I decided to take off and ride up it. And as I did, I stalled into the right-hand corner.
We're leaking. We're leaking.
The bike just threw me off up against the church and onto the ground, and I got back up wondering what the hell just happened. Didn't even realize that I stalled the bike.
Okay, so he stalled the bike. He didn't realize he stalled the bike. So right here, this is that tight turn from a stop. Once again, you're practicing all of this in the drill booklet. So grab this so you can practice these slow speed maneuvers. This is a great real life event. So he's going to turn the handlebars all the way and flutter the friction zone and giving it a little bit of throttle while the bike handlebars are turned. It's kind of difficult, but you can do it.
Walk up and have a look.
Especially on a hill, so that there's the turn, and he's looking. I love how he's looking. So this guy knows what he's doing. It just made a mistake. Looking where he wants to go.
I decided to take off and ride up it.
So he stalled, though. So he let go of the clutch with not enough throttle. And so it just stalled. And once it does this, when it stalls, it's going to jerk you towards where your handlebars are turned. So it's going to jerk him, and then it's going to launch him to this side. And this is why we wear gear, just in case, even when we're practicing slow speed maneuvers, because watch how he falls. So let's go ahead and do one frame at a time. So he falls, face is going front, there's the knees, wear gear, face into the wall, hands onto the wall, This is why we wear gear, just in case. Because this, a simple thing, could have involved him without a helmet, hitting his chin against the wall, his face against the wall, broken nose, broken teeth, broken jaw.
I got back up.
That's why we wear gear.
Happened. Didn't even realize that I stalled the bike.
All right, side of the vehicle, that's an important factor when it comes to intersections. All right, little schmeek car.
Stop sign.
Yeah, Roadrunner Malta, we've seen you before. You seem to have a really crappy time riding. And most of these, you put yourself into that position. That one, not so much, but good job kind of getting around it. Ooh, open lane pattern. I love that one. Thank you for showing us that one. Go ahead and take a seat, Roadrunner Malta, and grab yourself a donut. This is a good one right here. I mentioned the open lane pattern a bunch, okay? Let's pretend we're not lane splitting. We just switched lanes, right? You see how the right lane is slow? In the left lane, there's an open spot. Somebody wants to go into it. So if you ever see that pattern, just be aware somebody might want to go into it, which means that if you're traveling towards it, you got to be ready for an emergency swerve or emergency braking. So all this stuff, remember when we talk about total stopping distance, perception, reaction? Well, we can perceive right here. So we can get ready to react. We can take away that time because the perception, this whole thing, perception, reaction, braking, it takes about a second to perceive, about a second and a half to react. Well, if we can get rid of that 1 second of perception and just already start seeing these things as we're riding, we are basically just ready to react all the time. We're ready to react. We don't have to wait until it happens and then we're like, what's that? Oh, now I need to react. No, it's like, oh, I see this could happen. I'm ready to react in case it does. That's the big difference that I teach here with the plan method versus what everyone else teaches. They want you to see this stuff, but when it happens, I want you to see this stuff before it happens. And after watching thousands and thousands and thousands of crashes and close calls, I found this to be the case. And so I developed the plan method based off of thousands and thousands and thousands of videos. Yeah, we should get some DDFM plan tank stickers. I think that's a good idea. It's not a bad idea at all.
Esse cara é maluco da cabeça. Que atrasado.
All right. Great little spot. Watch out for, there it is. Good job perceiving and reacting. And you see what I mean? Oh my gosh, this is great. Okay, it's 20 miles or 20 kilometers an hour or whatever. Let's just say kilometers. It's kind of slow, 12 miles an hour. That's what it's asking you to do. He's going 31. You saw the other guy, he was doing 80 in a 50. So much big difference here. So only 10 kilometers an hour over. So he's going, what, 19 instead of 12? Okay. Well, now he sees something, applies the brakes, here, sees it real quick. He saw the side of the vehicle. He's not even in our lane yet, but we think that he might be, right? So located hazard situation, assessing relevant threats. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and navigate it just like it is an active threat. I'm going to go ahead and apply the brakes to put myself in a position for safety. Okay, but if he was going 60 kilometers an hour, you know how hard that would have been? Speed, perception, paying attention. It's miles per hour. Okay, so 10 miles an hour over. Not a big deal. It's London. Okay. Thank you, Razor. Thanks for saying that in the chat. That was great. Open lane pattern. Watch out for that white car on the left in the middle lane. Let's see what happens here. No? Okay. It's just us. We're going to pass on the right like an idiot? Okay. What? Because we didn't want them letting somebody in? Okay, well, who cares? You don't have to do that. Why are we getting angry?
Because that scared me a little bit.
Oh, he's just got a little scared. Just want us to have a chat.
Me a little bit.
Okay, not too bad.
Oh,
Not too
you
bad.
guys shouldn't follow so close, man. But you had enough room for me in the back.
No, yeah, I got bad brakes and stuff. It scared me a little bit because I wasn't expecting you to stop right there. I was expecting you to stop like.
Well, good job. It recognized he has bad brakes, so he went to that escape. That's what that was. I thought he was going to pass on the right. He went to the escape. But here's the thing. If you have bad brakes and you're riding a motorcycle, if that's your only mode of transportation, okay. But it doesn't look like this is his only mode of transportation. This is a stunt bike for the most part. He took a lot of stuff off. If you're going to do this many modifications, learn how to replace your brakes on your bike. It's actually not that hard. It's a lot harder on a car. It's not hard on a motorcycle. I've done it a few times.
I was. Oh no.
Yeah, good chat. I'm sure it's a pretty good chat. Not a big deal. We're going to move on. All right. Wear some gear, please. You're going to ruin your tattoos. Bad spot to park behind a vehicle. Oh, time to rescue somebody. Yeah, there you go. Get in there. Carefully. Ensure your own safety first. Remain calm.
You okay?
Good. All right. All right. Seems to be good. Yeah, I'd still double check. It's one thing to like get out of the road. It's another thing to like get out of the road and then like pass out now. So I would double check on him. Oh, very good. So we have all these end screen pop-ups. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Make sure you guys grab yourself a donut and watch this on the live stream. We got 2 more videos to go. I'll see you guys later. All right, we got more. We got more. Let's see. Where's the oh yeah, I already have the other videos up here. Let's go and do that. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Guys, if you haven't already, we have 100 of you in class. Somehow you all fit in, but only 60 of you hit the like button. But if you want to have yourself a donut, you have to hit the like button, guys. 1 like, 1 donut. Okay? If you do 2 likes, it unlikes, so you have to spit the donut back out. So okay, maybe not 1 like, 1 donut. 1 like, you can have donuts. There it is. Not a big deal. All right, the plant sticker I designed did nothing with. Oh, well, I appreciate that. I saw that on the Discord notification. Got my donut. Hey, what does that all mean? Virtual donuts. You guys want pizza? You guys feel like pizza instead? Let's do pizza. I feel like pizza. Oh, I want a QT pizza so bad. I want a QT pizza. Yeah, let's do pizzas. Smee, are you still here? Can you go down to the cafeteria and grab all the pizzas? I'm trying to make it. Yeah, it was a surprise. I actually got pizzas for everyone too, but I was gonna wait till the 3rd video, and we're gonna bring them out for the 2nd video. So Smee, go ahead. Yeah, can Rad Dad is rad. Miyamoto, we got a whole bunch. He's gonna need some help. Horovac, can you bring some pizza? Don't eat any yet. I'll let you have your first one if you want pizza. Okay, I'll let you have yours. All right, we're gonna wait for Smee to get back and everyone to get back. Thank you, members. You guys are amazing. Grab yourself your own large, just for you guys. Take some home to the kiddos or whatever. Take some leftovers. Members get some extras. Everyone else, if you hit the like button, you can have maybe 2 slices, okay? I was briefly featured in the Fortnite video on Janus. Oh. I think I saw that. It was just kind of like a clip. Right? He was just like throwing the clips out.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Ryan F9, and this is a 263 anus.
Anus motorcycles.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Janus. Admittedly, I only recently discovered that such a motorcycle exists. When a famous YouTuber crashed one, then another YouTuber said it recently discovered that such a motorcycle
I'm
exists.
not a famous YouTuber?
When a famous YouTuber crashed one, then another YouTuber said it wasn't her fault.
Oh, it wasn't her
fault, then she said it.
I'm not just another YouTuber. I'm a famous YouTuber too. I did watch this video. I forgot that I was in there. I'm just another YouTuber. You guys got the pizzas? All right. Yeah, we got pizza today, guys. We got some pizzas. Thank you, everybody, for grabbing the pizza. I got the pizzas, but they're all with pineapple. I'm just a YouTuber. She is a famous YouTuber. Good for her. I mean, it's not like I got 660-something thousand subscribers or anything like that. And honestly, to be kind of a weird thing, I've been posting the rider education stuff. I've been getting a lot more subscribers doing that than these crash videos. So I think for 2026, do you think we can hit 850,000 subscribers if I just keep posting those educational videos? Major Gripe, welcome. Major Gripe, welcome to the crew. Jixer Bra is supposed to wheelie Yammy Noob's anus? Okay. Interesting, Rad Dad. I don't know how he's going to do that. Got to feather that thing pretty well, I guess. Yeah, maybe we can hit a milli. That'd be interesting. 1 million. But I have designed. I already came up with the 2026 content calendar, which I guess this is just the thought. I had a lot of fun doing the Smart Router games, and so the thought is twice a year we're gonna do the Smart Router games. Twice a year. I know these energy drinks are gonna kill me, so I try to drink as much water as I can. Twice a year, so June and December are gonna be the Smart Router games months. So twice a year, but then I have a whole system where we're gonna be doing classes, full-on classes every month. So I'm pretty excited about it. It's gonna get me out there riding a lot more and out of the classroom. It's one thing to do instruction, like I said. It's another thing to actually do the coaching, and that's where I'm gonna be focusing on. So 90 of you in class, yeah, exactly, Rad Dad. 98 and only 76 likes. Come on, guys. The only way you get a slice of pizza is if you hit the like button. You gotta get the like button to get a slice of pizza. When will you get to Europe to do some live? I would love to. I'd have to start local. You know how it starts. You know, start small, go big. Because flying to Europe is expensive. I would love to get some of the stuff done and then do some local stuff. I'm thinking about teaching my girlfriend how to ride. Oh, 1 second. 1 second. My girlfriend wants to book me a massage while she's gone out of town. That's so sweet of her. If you're watching, thank you, babe. Appreciate that. You're already a niche YouTuber. There aren't enough people to subscribe. Exactly. That's another thing. Yeah. Which is kind of nuts, Horvath, right? It's kind of nuts. If a niche YouTuber with this many subscribers. Now that's another thing is like subscriber numbers don't mean much, to be quite honest. Because the way I look at it is that a ton of people subscribed for that educational content because they're beginner riders or haven't been riding for a little bit or aren't riding, and then they're going to watch for a lot, and then they start riding. And then once they start riding and applying the principles of what we teach here, they no longer watch the videos, which is exactly kind of what I want to do. And that's why I go over the same stuff over and over and over and over and over and over again, because I really want it to be drilled into your brain that this is exactly what you should just be doing. And then once you got it, fly away, little bird. Once you got it, go. Have fun. My job is done, right? You don't keep going back to the beginner class over and over and over and over and over again. Once you kind of got the information, once you got it, you can leave. And that's why the subscriber numbers are like I said, they subscribe and then They just either don't unsubscribe. But yeah, I mean, and that's another thing is I think I got pretty much all the new riders. And so that's why I'm slowly switching to developing the core curriculum, so I don't have to repeat it all the time. So I'm developing the core curriculum for the Smart Rider Training Manual, and then once I get that done, I don't have to make those videos or talk about it as much anymore. You know what I mean? And so then I can do other things that are meant for. Here's kind of some behind the scenes. It's like this is what people do. I know this is how I talk. You know how it is, Horvath. I'm not going to be like, okay, now that I set it up for beginners, I'm going to now teach experienced riders. Or now I'm going to do track day. Now I'm going to do, stunting stuff. Now I'm going to have to just do the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. Like, I'm going to become a motorcycle mechanic now. I'm going to do this. And now that's what, no. Exactly. So major gripe, we're going to jump into that too. I'm going to create the educational content for beginner riders. And the whole point is now let's develop a community of riders. So I've been saying this for months, and I'm moving towards the goal. It just takes time. Big ideas take time. Is I really want to create that Smart Rider crew. I really want an online motorcycle club because it's easier online because we have an audience all over the world. So it'd be much easier that way. I'd love to have like a Tucson local club. We'll see about that. I think that'd be fun. But imagine having a motorcycle club that when you join, you get motorcycle training. Like you don't even have to ride a motorcycle to join, because when you join the Smart Rider crew, you get educational materials in a little goodie bag and be like, here. And at the same time, we have a bunch of crew members that can help you so that you can be a part of the crew and start practicing and training and riding safe like us. And then now that you're riding safe like us, we host the games, or we host like a weekend. Like if it's a local club, I think it'd be really fun. Like once a month, we get together and do the drills. It's like now that you know how to ride because we taught you, now that you're part of the crew because you really like what we do here, and then now we do the drills and we compete against each other and have a lot of fun. And then we meet up for virtual bike night because it's, like I said, international, online, virtual bike night, maybe local bike night. And we just have fun. We share, like you start meeting different people, right? So like for me, like my life experience involves firefighting. I was a personal trainer. I was a peer fitness trainer for the fire department. I was a powerlifting state champ. I still have some records for Arizona State Championship or Arizona State for USPA. I love hiking. I'm really big into psychology, Christian, so I focus heavily on those principles and everything like that. I love to golf. So imagine you meet like tons of different people in the little group, and it's like, oh, you like golf? Hey, you want to go golfing? And so you make friends. It's like, oh, you like hiking? Let's go hiking. Oh, you love to do powerlifting? Oh, let's do powerlifting. Oh, then you can make friends in a little community. And a lot of this has been designed in my idea, and I think it's very important, is why I want to make it, is because men specifically, big audience here, I understand some of you aren't men here, but there's no third place for men. There's no third place outside of the work and home. That's the third, right? First two, work and home. Third is something else. And it's like now you can meet friends, you can go golfing, go hiking, you can ride motorcycles, you can do this, you can do that, all within a group that is focused on safety. So I'm trying to build the foundational materials for anybody wanting to join. And then after I develop them, now the new focus is, okay, now I got to figure out like a club charter. I got to figure out like the standards. I got to figure out the mission vision. I got to figure out how to organize it. I got to figure out, organizing rides, organizing, drill days, organizing this, organizing this. That's going to be the new thing that I'm working on. That's what I'm working on in 2026. Slowly been building it. Excuse me. We have a Discord that's huge, and we do have a SoCal chapter of the DDFM crew, but I want to transition from Dan the fireman crew to Smart Rider crew. I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about the Smart Rider principles. I want it to be about safe riding. I just so happen to be the one that starts it, because at the end of the day, I know I'm not going to live forever, and I don't want this method, these values to die with me. I want it to keep going after I pass, because who knows when that's going to happen? Nobody knows. I want it to continue. So I'm really trying to I guess what I'm trying to develop is a legacy in a way. That'd be kind of cool. Oh yeah, Lethal Moto. I think I turned off the bot. It's in the chat, or it's in the description. Let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and post the Discord in the chat. I forgot. I think I disabled the bots. There we go. So I'm gonna need some like club officers or crew officers. We have some great moderators on the Discord. But that's the thing. Yeah, Major Gripe. I'm glad. And that's another thing, Major Gripe. So your club, right? Energy drink. You have a club that's focused on safety. Another thing is like, I don't want, just like I do with the YouTube. I love chatting with you guys. I don't want, let's reframe it. Just like with YouTube, my education, my experience, I'm not just keeping to myself and be like, I'm going to be the safest rider on the road and everyone else has to figure it out. I'm very much, with anything in my life, I'm very generous with the knowledge that I have in my life experiences, that I'm like, I gathered all this. Please, if you like it, here's this information. Please be like, if you want to take anything good for me, please take what's good for me. Don't take what's bad for me. Take what's good for me. I'm very much like that. And so when it comes to the training manual and the drill booklet for other clubs, it's very much like, I don't want my crew to be the only ones with this. I want to work with other clubs and other crews and be like, hey, you want to bulk order a bunch of these? I'll give you a huge discount. Take this. This is how we do it in our crew. Once a month we do, these drills. If you really just want to follow, we do the games twice a year or whatever it is. Here's 50 of these, or just get the digital downloads, give them to everybody, and do your own Smart Rider drills and stuff. And then I think a cool thing would be is that Major Gripe, let's say your club, right, creates a team and goes against the Smart Rider crew team and see who gets the fastest times. And then we have like club versus club, like a big meetup, let's say in Phoenix, Arizona, and we get like 10 clubs with 10 teams and see who's the fastest Smart Rider drill person, like whose club is the fastest. You know what I mean? And then overall, it's really just for bragging rights, and it's like who can do the best slow speed stuff, which club. See, big ideas takes a lot of time. It's really hard. That's why first step, really just foundational. Here's how to ride book. Here's how to ride videos. Here's the Smart Rider drills. Develop my own like crew. Develop my own stuff. Share it with other clubs. Share it with other crews. Have fun interactions with each other. Sharing principles. Like getting to network and talk to each other. Build like an overall motorcycle community that is focused heavily on safety and preventing the crashes for their own members, preventing the crashes for themselves, learning how to rescue each other. And then before you know it, you're hearing on the news, hey, there was a car accident, there was a motorcycle accident, but all these people knew what to do. They saved this person's life. We have like a group of motorcycle members that were on a group ride and they saw an accident, multi-vehicle accident, and they all stopped to help and they saved 3 people's lives because they're bleeding out and they put tourniquets on. And then they get this some kind of, I don't know, big ideas. I have imagination. It's like imagine the goodwill that could happen. All right. It's watching videos because it's educational, funny, good, human, good timing, and a ton of useful information. Gold. Thank you, Nikita. Appreciate that. So that's the idea that I have. Let's see. Oh. I got the email. The Walter Mitty life? Is that from that one book movie? The Secret Life of Walter Mitty? Is that what that is? I've never seen it. Is that something I should see? I don't know. But that's the plan, and I'm starting here with the books. I'm starting here with the books. I'm starting here with the educational content. The video that's pinned at the top of the chat is one of the very first step. It's like how to train, like motorcycle training for first-time riders. That's the first step. And I'm working on module 2. I filmed a lot of it. And then module 3, and then I'm going to keep updating with better and better video, better instruction, better coaching, updating. And then once I feel like it's really good, then it's like we're creating a club. I'm gonna do that full transition. Boom, club. I'm gonna work hard on that and get people local and stuff. Currently striving to get local safety riding school to do mass lesson and get some EMTs to teach us first. I love that, Major Gripe. I love that. And that's the cool thing is that with a motorcycle group and a club and a crew, whatever you want to call it, I understand clubs are kind of like synonymous with like something else. Like, so people call themselves riding groups. Club is a club. It is what it is. I like to call it crew because of firefighting, but the Smart Rider crew, clubs, you're meeting people from across different lives, like different walks of life and professions. Somebody might be really good at shooting. Somebody might be good at cooking. Somebody might be good with like EMS stuff. And you're all together and you can learn. I don't know. I'm a big learner. I love learning. And if it shortcuts me to like learn something because somebody else knows it and they're willing to teach it to me, even better. And that's what I'm doing here. You know, I've done a lot of classes. I was an MSF rider coach for 2 years. A lot of beginner and advanced riding classes. I took Total Control ARC 1 and 2, Accident Management Instructor, TECC, just constantly learning about education, pedagogy, andragogy, developing my own curriculum and everything. And it's like, here you go. Have all my knowledge that I built, try to simplify it and shortcut you into learning something new. That's what I'm doing here. But we're going to start on this video because we're already, how many hours? We're already 1 hour and 37 minutes into this. Let's see if we can get 12 more likes. We have 88 likes. Let's see if we can get 100. Let's see if we can get 100. And then we'll start this video. 94 of you. Remember, in order to get a slice of pizza, you have to hit that like button. How do I make this delicious pizza? Costco, sometimes Quick Trip, the gas station. They make good pizzas. I like getting a little slice every now and then. But Costco and Quick Trip, some good pizzas. Yeah, the more I learn, the more I need to learn. Yeah, Dunning-Kruger, right? The more you think you know, the more you know. The more you realize what you don't know, And that's what I love about it. Only drive 20 minutes, I can get a slice. Yeah, man. QT pizza. But that's what I'm trying to develop here. I feel like I've been saying it for a very long time, but it's just such a work in progress. I'm doing it by myself. And that's kind of like how I want to do it too. I want to do it all by myself, get it all situated, and then expand. All right. 94 likes. 6 more likes, guys, and we'll get started. Doctors, yeah. Working on it, man. All right, so here we go, guys. We're going to hit that record button in 5 likes. Then we're going to start on this video. Let's see what the intro looks like. This is an older video. This is from 3 years ago. 1.3 million views. Why can't mine get 1.3 million views? One of my turning videos, 2 of my turning videos, like how to do U-turn and tight turn from stop, 1.7, 1.8 million. Love that. All right, let's see. Okay, we got a crash there. Cops, okay. Looks like broken handlebars. They're stopping for some reason, probably to help out somebody. Just finished your second MSF course a few days ago and live right next to the painted course parking lot they use. I hit the course almost every day. Practice pays. Annals of Antiquity, if they let you, bring some cones. I mean, I sell some, but you can just get 10 or 5 tennis balls cut in half, get 10 cones. This is 10 cones. 5 tennis balls cut in half. See, I wonder if they'll even let you. Because then you can just do a bunch of slow speed maneuvers and have some fun with that. Links in the description for 20% off. See, I wonder if that'd be great if I could get access to something like that. That'd be awesome. 97 likes. That's good enough. All right, so here we go. 3, a 2, a 1. All right, everybody, a MotoStars video from 3 years ago. The whole point of this is if you're a brand new rider, we're going to go over some crashes and close calls so that we can help avoid them for yourself. We're going a little bit fast there, but we're going to be going over the plan method. So we're going to describe this a little bit more as we're going on. But if you're a brand new rider, this is a good video for you to learn so you don't even have to make these mistakes yourself. So let's take a look. Already. Ooh, almost crashed it. So what happened? That's what we're going to go over. Okay, we don't need to talk about the after part of that. So here we go. We're going through an area. We're going about decent speed. I'm probably the speed limit, you know, not a big deal here. So what happened though? So we have somebody pull out in front of us. So when it comes to the plan, we're trying to get ourselves in a position for safety. So we were in one. We located a hazardous situation. Is it a relevant threat? Yes, it's coming into our lane. So now it's an active threat. Now, when it's an active threat, what can we do? Not rev bomb, not honk the horn, not start freaking out and throwing fingers. We only have 3 things that we can do. We can emergency swerve, emergency brake, or emergency accelerate. So in this situation, he emergency braked his motorcycle, okay? So that's progressive braking. So squeeze. Get a little bit of weight, squeeze, 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 squeeze more. So that's what he did, but he slammed it right at the end because he was scared of hitting, and that's why he lost traction. The whole progressive braking is going to help you maintain traction. Now, you can switch it up. You could swerve and then brake to slow yourself down, and then swerve. You could do that stuff too. So it's not just one. You can only pick one. You can switch it up. So here he's applying the brakes, and he probably tried to swerve really hard at the last second right there while slamming the brakes. Overall, it worked pretty well for him, but he lost traction, gained it back. So it's pretty scary. We're going to go over some other things because sometimes there's nothing you can do, and that's where you wear full gear as a smart rider. But there's going to be other situations in this video where we can actually describe a lot more. So let's take a look. Okay, yeah, so he lost traction right here. So let's go over this one. So we're slowing down for some reason. Oh, it's because we see headlights and a windshield in our lane. So going down the wrong way of the road. So good job on this rider perceiving this issue, slowing it down and switching lanes. So the whole same thing. He's in a position for safety. Let's go back a little bit. Position for safety. Located a hazardous situation. Is it a relevant threat? Yes, it is. Let's navigate it and put ourselves in a new position for safety when you move to the right side and slowing it down. So you're constantly going up and down, up and down. Locate. Locate. I'm in a position. Okay, locate. Any threats? No. Locate. Locate. That's what you're doing while you're riding. You're constantly locating. I don't know why I'm bouncing up and down, but we're locating. 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 Relevant threat? Yes. Navigate, slow it down, move over. Head a check. Very good. Moved over. New position. New position. New position. At this point, we're still in the flow of traffic, so go. Don't worry about this guy anymore. Your main concern is you. See how we almost got hit right there? Go. Once you pass that, go. Now, if you want to block traffic, that's all on you. But for me, it's like, I'm just going to go. They have a crumple zone. They have airbags. They have seatbelt. All right. So he's doing it. We're off on the side of the road. Very good. We don't have to get upset. Don't have to get upset. They made a mistake, or they're idiots, or they're high, or whatever it is. I'm not a cop. Moving on. Okay, nice editing.
Going 60.
High contrast. Here we go. Going 60. Okay. Oh, transitioning from road to dirt. Common to do that. I figured that was going to happen. So we lost traction going from asphalt, which gives us good traction for our tires, especially if they're road tires, to dirt.
I got it on camera. How did
he's got an airbag vest. That's really nice. So nice little airbag vest, but what happened here? So we're coming up to here. So he's slowing down. I can kind of tell maybe he's what, going 30, 40, 30. He goes into it pretty straight, so that's perfectly fine right here, perfectly fine. I think for his right hand, he slammed the brake. Okay, so use your rear brake when you get to dirt. Use a little bit of that rear brake, right foot, a little bit of that rear brake. Because once you grab too much of that front brake, it's going to lose traction on that front tire, which is going to slide to a certain direction. Because it's going to be slippy. A little slippy when you lose traction on that front tire. The rear tire, it's going to get a little squirrely, but it's a little bit easier to control. Yeah, I don't use the rear a ton. I use rear and front brake when I'm slowing down, but mostly front brake on the street. But when you get to dirt, you're using rear brake more often. Now, I love the fact that it has an airbag vest. This is a Helite airbag vest, so it inflated. So I just want to point out, because he does have a regular jacket underneath, so he has shoulder protection right there. But you notice how the airbag vest, when it inflates, because he fell off the bike, it's going to keep his head in line. You see how it's kind of like keeping it there? And it also offers chest protection. Most motorcycle gear does not, actually pretty much all motorcycle gear does not offer chest protection. So I really like that. So he's regular jacket, Helite jacket. Very cool.
I got it on camera. How did that?
He's got full gear. It happens. All right, lane filtering. Moving on up.
The biker encountered a van
Very
driver
good.
who apparently
Moved into the front.
and decided
I'm sure that's what he's supposed to do in that country. In Arizona, you just kind of stay unless there is an opening. Okay, nice little turn. Not the first available, but not too bad. Okay, we're coming up to another red. Oh, somebody's a little mad. They're going to lane filter now. Let him. Let the idiot be an idiot. Don't worry about it. Okay, now he's being a big idiot. Just let... Not a big deal. People get angry for the stupidest reasons. There's no reason to add to it. Okay? You don't have to add to it, because he's going to win when it comes to a collision. Hey, another lane filtering. Very good. Here we go. Make sure it's legal in your state. California, it looks like it's legal there. Splitting and filtering. Oh, we're going to do a wheelie. Please don't dump it. So this is an older video. Typically, the older video is a lot of road rage stuff. So hopefully we don't have a lot of that. Hopefully we have some things that when it comes to road strategy. Road rage is part of it, but you know the easiest thing to do when it comes to road rage? Just don't participate. That's like one of the easiest things to do or not do is to not participate. All right, here we go.
Well, love to see it.
Oh, so planning our ride. Locating hazardous situations, assessing relevant threats. Assessing relevant threats isn't assessing only the external. Are you a relevant threat to your own life? When speeding like an idiot, and I say that very specifically, is because you are now becoming a threat to your own life when it comes to speeding. Go the speed limit and just chill and enjoy the ride. Now, part of locating hazard, he's a threat to himself. Locating hazardous situations is paying attention to signage, intersections, curves, road surface hazards, all those different things that could cause you to crash or to give you an idea of what's coming up. So right here. Oh, he says it. It's a sharp left coming up. Very good. So sharp left turn, recommended probably 20 or something. All right, sharp left sign, letting you know that there's going to be a sharp left turn coming up. So if you're going really fast, coming up to a sharp left turn coming up, might be going wide, it might crash. So that sign is to help you out and say, I should probably slow down before the turn. Slowing down. Very good. Now, we're moving on for some reason. Oh, somebody behind him probably wasn't doing that. Yeah, that person that crashed, it might not have looked like he was going fast, but you can be going too fast for your skill level. Somebody could take this, it says 20, but somebody could take this 40 and be perfectly fine because their skill level is higher. Some people might take this 25 and still crash because they're brand spanking new at turning. So take it slower than you think you need to take it, and then build your skill, build your skill, build your skill, build your skill until you can actually take it at 20, 25, 30, whatever it is. I still recommend you go to what it says it's recommended. So that's a low side. Now, why do you think he might have been going the same speed as everyone else if his skill level was lower than it is for that turn? Because he doesn't want to look like an idiot in front of his friends. I'd rather look like an idiot in front of my friends than look like a big idiot crashing. So good job slowing it down. Now, one of the big problems with parking right there is that's exactly where he crashed. So if there's anybody else coming around this corner that's going to make the same mistake, that's exactly where they're going to crash. And I'm standing right there now. I would park up ahead. Park up ahead over there. That's all.
Are you good?
He's walking. That's good.
Okay.
Everything's good. We'll help him get his bike up because that's going to be kind of hard to do. Rather code red than code brown. All right, so we're moving on over here.
He's good.
So this is where talking on your cardos, be like, hey, if you're in the front and he said out loud to the camera, hey, sharp left turn coming up ahead. If everyone was on their Cardo Pack Talk edges and talking on their Bluetooth system over here, and they're saying, hey, sharp left turn coming up ahead, everybody else could start slowing down or being prepared for that sharp left turn coming up ahead. There's a link in the description for 10% off. This is the Cardo Pack Talk Edge Duo, so it comes with 2 of them. Go halvesies with a friend. It's cheaper that way.
Oh, you're all wet.
That's what he said. All right, so just help him up. He's all wet because he's in the ditch.
Right in the mud.
Right in the mud.
Anything hurt? Jeans would be
very good.
And your bike would be pretty... I mean, it's just a little dirty, I think.
Yeah, double check your bike.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Oh, don't participate in these. If you're on a motorcycle and you see people showing up with quads with half helmets, no shirts and everything, somebody's going to crash, and more than likely they're going to crash into you. This is just kind of I was about to say it. This is really dumb. Really slow. Really slow in the thinking process. Yeah. Road rash. Wear full gear. Wear full gear.
Fall is only the beginning of the trouble because a moment later a small misunderstanding between the riders will end quite seriously.
We don't really care too much about the road rage and the anger, running red lights. We don't do that, right, guys? Right, class? We don't do that. We don't do road rage stuff. Yeah, that guy just crashed into his buddy right there. Look at that. Interesting. He was stopping for the red. He was doing the right thing, right? So, like, you're riding in a group like this. You do the right thing. Somebody crashes in front of, or crashes into you because they weren't going to do the right thing. We start having issues. Nice little U-turn. So if we're going to take anything from this, guys, if you want to practice your U-turns in a parking lot and you want to get really good at them and know your bike really well, grab yourself the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training Drill booklet. Yes, I say this every video because I think it's extremely important. It has 24 drills, has a QR code on the bottom that you can scan it, and you can try to beat my time because it shows me actually doing it. And when you get the actual booklet, you get a digital version with it. You can just buy the digital if you want. It comes straight to your phone, same thing, QR code, takes you to the video of me doing it. Try to beat my time, have some fun. Don't do this stuff. But if you want to know how to do a U-turn really easily, that's what you can do. This guy's an idiot. This guy's a big idiot.
Yo, you good? Yo!
Oh, he's not doing well. Okay, nice little pause. So he's on the ground unconscious. Okay. Let's take a little bit more out of this then. So how do you rescue? First, you have to remain calm. Everyone's freaking out. I don't like standing over patients like that because for me, when I was a firefighter, if anything dropped out of my pockets, it's hitting the patient, and then now I harm the patient some more. I don't like standing over. Anyways, ensure your own safety. So make sure no traffic hits us. That's going to be the big concern here at these bigger intersections. And then wear some gloves. But make sure somebody calls 911. I'm sure these people don't want to call 911 because they know that they're going to get in trouble. But you see how you start to, I don't want to call 911 because I don't want to get in trouble. But I need to call 911 because my buddy's going to die. If you're doing this whole cognitive dissonance of like, I'm not going to do it, but I should, so then you don't. For me, my base is like,
Okay, trouble, whatever. Consequence for acting like an idiot, whatever. Friend in trouble. Friend hurt. Friend needs to get to the hospital because he has a concussion, probably a skull fracture because he's not wearing a helmet. So I'm going to go ahead and call. My thing is just don't do anything stupid, and the only solution I have, or the only consequence I have, is I need to call 911. Okay, cool. Call 911. Now, what do we do for this? Skull fracture, possibly. Well, I'm going to leave him exactly like that. Because if with my knowledge, I can log roll him to his back. But for you, leave him like that unless he's not breathing, and then you're going to have to learn how to log roll. So very important to take a stop the bleed class and possibly a CPR class if you want to know all this stuff too. So move him over and see if he's breathing. That's important. If he's not breathing, get ready to do some rescue breaths. If his heart's not working, get ready to do some CPR. But you see how it just kind of gets kind of nutty for something that could have been preventable? If he's bleeding out, stop any major bleeds. Direct pressure, apply a tourniquet, or pack the wound. Okay? You're going to have to learn that stuff and stop the bleed. But nobody knows what they're doing. So he's panicking. He's not remaining calm. Nobody's helping nobody. Everyone's worried about getting in trouble. Stupid. So stupid. Hopefully none of you are doing that. All right, let's see what this person's going to do. 120. Oh, we're on a track. Okay. Great opportunity to practice your high-speed maneuvers. This is to practice your slow-speed maneuvers, which can translate to the high speed. And yeah, he low-sided. But I want you guys to pay attention to this. Hopefully there's going to be a video of somebody doing this in a mountain and hitting a guardrail. Hopefully hopefully that never happens, but it does. If you low speed or low side on a track, look at the big runoff that you have. You're not going to go off a cliff. You're not going to go into traffic, right? You're not going to go into traffic. You're just going to slide because they have these big open spaces for these turns in case somebody does do this. This is the safer area, lower risk to practice your high-speed maneuvers. In a parking lot, this is your opportunity to practice your low-speed stuff with lower risk with 10 cones. That's all you need is 10 cones. You don't have to move the cones anymore after you set them down. You just do the different designs. If you want to do high-speed stuff, go to a track. All right, nice, chill, good space cushion. I love this space cushion. Side of the vehicle, that is a hazardous situation. Not a big deal. You are perfectly fine. You didn't have to get all crazy. But this is a great image. I want you, if you're a brand new rider, burn this image into your head. Burn it into your head. This is going to help you out when it comes to the side of the vehicle. You see the side of the vehicle peeking out like a little turtle head when you have to get home really quick and you've had Chipotle or something. So side of the vehicle, sneaking out. That's going to let you know that it is an intersection because they're coming this way and you're going this way. That's an intersection. What's hazardous for motorcycle riders? Intersections. So we're locating hazardous situations, which are intersections. We see this person coming out. Is it a relevant threat? No, it's just sitting there. Not a big deal. It's only an active threat when he starts to come out, especially when he's in our lane. That's when it's a big threat. Now, what can we do? We can swerve out of the way. We can do progressive brake pressure to let them in. I don't want to let them in all the time because it's like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. It doesn't matter. I don't want to crash. So you let him in sometimes. So he starts coming out. At this point, we are already going to pass them before we intersect. So it's scary. It gives you that little, I don't like this. It gives you that. But what can we do? 3 things we can do. Emergency swerve, emergency accelerate, emergency brake. If we apply emergency braking right now, maybe we're going to hit. So maybe not a good idea. Emergency swerve to the right. That could be something we can do. Or even emergency accelerate out of it is something we can do. Okay? Not a big deal. Not a big deal. No emergency birds. We don't do emergency birds. Pabiker 02. Side of the vehicle. Moved on. Moved to a new position within our lane. Okay. All right, we're coming up to random things in the road. Let's slow it down. Horsey. Nice, easy moving. See how he's moving to a new position for safety on the other side? Because we located it and assessed. Now we're having to navigate these active threats because they're in our lane, so we're moving off to the side, slowing it down. We don't want to freak them out and have them come at us. We see someone, we see a side of the horse possibly coming into our lane, so we're kind of getting to a stop, right? And we see that we can navigate out of it. So that little spot, it's kind of like an emergency acceleration out. It doesn't mean we have to go from 0 to 100. We went from 0 to like 20 or like 5 to 20. So that's just a simple boop, little blip of the wrist, getting himself out of there. Perfect. Going a little fast. We have somebody crashing. All right. So this person crashed because they were coming around this corner. Boink. Like that. Going a little too fast. Going a little too fast. What do we do? He's standing. He's walking. He's doing fine. I would still stop and check. I'd park into this parking. There you go. Nice and easy into the gravel. Very good. Remain calm, ensure my own safety. If I need to call 911, I'll call 911, but I'm going to double check, make sure there's no major bleeds. Kind of get a good assessment going on here, making sure my bike doesn't sink into the sand. Very good. Double check for traffic, because you're in the roadway now.
Damn.
That's part of ensuring your own safety. There you go, did a head check.
Oh no.
Bike is destroyed, which means his body could also look like this internally with his bones, ligaments, possibly organs. That's what I'm concerned about. But he's walking. Everything seems to be fine. Let's clean up the roadway. You're not gonna do much with that. Kick some dirt on it.
This oil, man.
Kick some dirt on it, and then kick the dirt off. But just realize you're gonna get oil on your boot. So when you get back on your bike, it might be a little slippery on your boot.
Somebody's gonna come around this corner and get killed.
Yep. All right. So he's doing a good job. All right. Flat rides. Nice little staggered formation. Oh, deer. If there's one, there's gonna be 2 or 3 or 4. So be careful. Talk to each other in your cars. Hey, deer in the area. All right, moving on from this. Lane splitting, higher rate of speed. Good job on the car for recognizing it. Car decided to move over and get back because they actually saw. I like to look before I move. Car drivers tend to move and then maybe look. But I want to point out one of the hazards when it comes to lane splitting or lane filtering is that if you see a big open spot, somebody's going to want to take it. Who knows, but somebody is going to want to take it. That's where that person's going. So if I see that big open spot, remember, I'm looking for patterns. I'm looking for things. If I see an open spot, I'm going to slow it down a little bit, creep into it, and then go. And then see another one, creep into it, and then go. Pretty dangerous, lane splitting. I get why people do it. I've been a car driver my whole life. I'd rather just kind of chill with traffic for the most part, especially if it's nice out.
Yup, you guys can see the lights in his truck.
You get pulling over? All right, so pull over safely into a parking lot.
This guy, right?
Nope. Womp womp. What'd we do?
At me.
I got a ticket for not having a registered motorcycle, but I'll fight it in court. I'll motovlog all of it. LMAOs. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I don't have a registered motorcycle, but I'm going to motovlog it and get 20 views on it. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I probably hit a bump.
No, I don't think so. You might take your headlight off just real quick. I can just see.
No, I got you. Yeah, hold on.
You can put it back on. I don't think.
Yeah. No, I need the face recognition anyway.
Alright, and you're good. As soon as you want to put it back on after, it's up to you. Do you have it up because is it expired like the sticker is, or did you not put the sticker on it?
He gave him a little sticker. That's no, it's his sticker. Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
Gave it to you just because you
Ready?
Google, YouTube.
yeah. 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 Did he post the I wanted to see the moto vlog. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, we got another video after this. So thank you guys for watching that. We're going to be watching another video on the live stream, which I do once a week. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button so that you can know when we do a live stream. With that said, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe, register your motorcycle, and don't act like an idiot. I'll see you guys later. Oh my gosh, guys, what the we got another one. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I got deadlifts today. I'm gonna deadlift. Oh. Dan the actor man. He has no content though. I wanted to see his contents. The things that he makes the videos on. His motovlogs, his tickets. Yeah. Alright. What do we got here? Oh, speed wobbles. Somebody crashed, somebody crashed, somebody crashed. Somebody laid her down. Had to lay it down. Had to lay it down. Yeah. You thought I froze. Yeah. Thought I froze. All right. We got one more. Then I got to edit these videos. I'm heading out tomorrow to out of town. So I got to get these done today. But if you're a member, you'll probably see one of these a little bit early. Yeah. All right. So here we go. We're 2 hours into the live stream. We're going to finish this one up, and then I'm going to start working on the edits. So here we go. 3, a 2, a 1. All right, we have a MotoStars video from a couple of years ago. We got a speed wobble there with somebody crashing there, somebody crashing there, somebody crashed there. We have somebody laying the bike down. So if you're a brand new rider, we're going to be going over the plan method. So this is meant for you. So we're going to be watching some crashes and close calls. We're going to explain how they happen, what happened, and all that other stuff so you don't make the same mistakes. I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of this is because they're speeding. So if you don't speed, you're not going to have a lot of these issues. But if you want to learn how to ride, there is a whole video. It's about an hour long, how to ride a motorcycle from nothing to riding in your neighborhood. I filmed that. I love it. Check it out. Links in the description for that one. We're going to take a look at this.
In today's episode, we are checking out crazy situations these
crazy situations.
It's really worth learning from the mistakes of
nice open road. I love this. Great way to practice. Hopefully nobody's filming us so that we can do wheelies.
Safe.
Oh, here we go. We're practicing our wheelies. Oh, didn't do a good job. We hit the ground, hit our head. Hopefully we had a helmet. Yeah, we did because we had a GoPro on the chin bar. No gloves, nothing else other than a helmet. He's in a lot of pain. So how do we prevent this for ourselves? Well, first off, don't do wheelies. But if you're going to want to do wheelies, this is a great area to do it. So if you're going to do wheelies, though, please wear some gear. Practice some gear because when you're learning to do something, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. And that's part of the learning process is failing, making mistakes. But the thing is with motorcycles, it's not like you're cooking and you made a crappy meal with a mistake because you put too much sugar or whatever it is, salt, whatever. Here, you can get really injured. So if you wear gear, it's really important. So follow the Smart Rider principles, acquire and use personal protective equipment. Do the rest of the stuff. Hopefully we're going to be able to see some of this. But not good. He probably has some hip injuries, probably has some hand injuries, shoulder, elbow, all the stuff got banged up. And the bike is kind of messed up too. So if you just got a bike and you're like, I'm going to do this, get gear for the bike. So, ooh, what did he pull out there? Get some gear for the bike, get some gear for you. Practice. Go ahead and have fun. But there's like no sliders on that. There's nothing. Doing it for his girlfriend. She thinks you're so cool, dude. All right, hopefully we're going to see a different. There we go, moving on. All right, going really fast. Once again, I said speeding causes a lot of problems. Ooh. Keep it up, 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 keep it up. Speed wobbles. Did we hit a bump? Let's see. No, just suspension's all acting funky. So what's happening with speed wobbles? Typically, when you're going super duper fast, you have your front forks, right? They're doing this, right? If you hit a bump and you have like a little bit of a messed up fork or oil is missing in this one or whatever, you hit the bump and then it starts doing this, your front forks. And what this is connected to is your handlebars. It starts doing this, okay? So it typically only happens at high speeds or after landing a wheelie kind of weird. Or the head bearing is probably loose, right, Rad Dad? Yeah. So you're having issues, but how do you prevent a lot of this? Well, first, maintain your bike. Secondly, don't go fast like this. Don't push your bike to its absolute limit. It could also be low PSI or damaged rim on the front tire, mechanical issues. Hitting a bump, not good. Now here, just don't panic. The bike's stabilized, but we're trying our best not to basically try to climb this bump right here. Okay, so he's like just riding it, and then trying to get across. Very, very lucky. This is not typical. Usually they crash. But he probably didn't learn anything from it because he's still speeding. All right, moving on. Oh, had to layer down, baby. So we're going to talk about the plan method a little bit on this one. Okay. Anything else? No? Okay, cool. So there's the little speedy. All right, let's move on. Come on. All right, here. Okay, so we have an escape. Okay, so we're locating hazard situation. Intersections and corners are dangerous for motorcycle riders. Okay, that's going to be the typical. That's where you hear the stories. Most crashes happen in the intersection. Most crashes happen in the corner. Failure to negotiate the corner. Colliding with a vehicle in an intersection. Boom, 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 boom. That's going to be the main reasons for somebody crashing. And it's scary. I get that. So when it comes to this right here, what we're locating are intersections. We're locating corners. We're locating patterns like that. That's called the side of the vehicle pattern. I made it up, but I've been saying it for years. Side of the vehicle. That's going to let you know that there is an intersection and lets you know that somebody's crossing in front of you. Okay, cool. What can we do when we assess that this is a relevant threat? We located it's a threat, a possible hazard situation. Is it a threat? Yeah, it's in our way. So it's an active threat. What do we do in active threat situations? Only 3 things. New riders, pay attention here. I want you to practice this. 3 things, okay? Nothing else. 3 things. You can emergency swerve, emergency brake, or emergency accelerate. Rev bombing doesn't work. Honking the horn doesn't work. Get rid of that. Don't worry about that. Flipping somebody off doesn't work. Nothing. You need to find that escape path. Exactly, Miyamoto. Find that escape path in this situation. Your total stopping distance is not going to be good enough. That's going to be a term that you're going to learn in the MSF if you take the MSF class. Like I said, I have a whole thing when it comes to riding first time ever and riding around your neighborhood. You can do it all within an hour. You don't need to go to the MSF for that. But total stopping distance is a big term, something very important. You're going to perceive something like this. You're going to react to it by either slamming the brakes, which is what he does, or you're going to freeze. Remember, think of all the panic responses: freeze, fight, fawn, and something else. I already forgot. This is 3 hours into the live stream. But either way, he's going to freeze here and slam the brakes. Boom. Slammed it. So we can't be doing that, okay? So perceive the situation, react the right way, and then your total stopping distance here. So what we can do instead is, instead of like, oh, I'm not going to be able to stop in time, we can swerve. We can try to slow down, hopefully nothing happens, and then make a swerve. We can emergency accelerate, not into that person. Let's go ahead and do a better line. Emergency accelerate out. Those are the 3 things that we can do. Now, what should we do in this situation? That person stopped right there, but we already slammed the brakes pretty hard. So why did he dump the bike? You hear the whole term, I had to layer down. You're going to talk to some old Harley riders. You can talk to some other motorcycle riders that have crashes. Maybe they're not the ones that you should be getting education from. When they say they had to layer down, what's happening here is that we smashed the front brake. We just grabbed it and then slammed it hard. And what that's doing is that it's locking up that front tire, and now you're sliding across the ground. Okay, I want you to go ahead and run until you get to ice and try to stop your feet. I want you to run on wet grass, and instead of like trying to slow down, just stop your feet and see what happens. That's the same thing here, is that you're running and then stopping as immediately as you can, and you're going to slide. So that's what's happening there. So how do we prevent that? Progressive braking. You apply the front brake a little bit, get a little bit of weight on that front tire, a little bit more, 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 a little bit more. You can do that quickly, a little bit, a little bit. Okay? You can practice that in a parking lot. Smart Rider motorcycle training drills, 24 motorcycle training drills right here. Practice all your turns, practice some braking, practice your front and rear brake. Link in description for 20% off. It comes with a phone-friendly version, so you can put it on your handlebars when you're practicing in a parking lot. You only need 10 cones or 5 tennis balls cut in half. There you go. Okay? Could have swerved. Laid her down. Some people are like it's better than colliding with the car. Yes, it is, but you could also not collide with the car with a swerve. Yeah. All right, so riding right here. Good space cushion. Anybody want to pull out in front of me? No, not really. Okay. Whoa! Good swerve. See what I mean? See what I mean? We almost had to lay her down here. Oh, I gotta slam the brakes and lay her down. No. Found the escape path and swerved. Now, just take a look. Look at the face shield on the motorcycle rider and the chin bar. See how it's all wet? Well, we're riding in rain. Somebody came around this corner super fast, slammed the brakes, and the rear tires locked up and went whoop. The pickup driver tried to lay her down here, right, my moto? Had to lay her down. Well, we don't have to do the same thing. You recognize the situation. I can either mercy brake, mercy swerve, or mercy accelerate. I'm going to go ahead and mercy swerve into a new position for safety, which is going to be off to the right over here. That's the escape. And that's exactly what they did. You have to make that decision quickly. So how do you make decisions quickly? You practice and practice and practice and practice and practice. Good swerve. Good swerve. Moving on with this day. All right, sharp right turn up ahead. We have a signal, traffic lights up ahead. Nice, easy turns. Oh, we were doing a pretty easy turn, so why did he crash, everybody? Is there something in the road? Did we smash our peg on the ground and leaning the bike a little bit too far? What do you guys think? Write in the comments, because when it comes to locating hazardous situations, we're also locating road surface hazards like gravel, potholes, oil, a person laying down in the middle of the road for some reason. Look at the road. Look at that. Look at the spot where he crashed. Do you see how it's kind of shiny? Looks like oil. Now, if it's covering the whole lane, there's nothing he could have done. And that's what sucks. That's what sucks. That's one of the risks we take when we ride motorcycles. So as smart riders, we acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case we do drop on the ground. It could have been ice, right? Black ice?
No,
Let's say it's like snowy out for some reason.
Yeah, man, thank you.
So his his right hip, right knee hurts. In really good motorcycle armor or pants, they have armor in the hips and the knees. So hopefully it's not going to be this painful. It's still going to be kind of painful because you hit the ground, but the armor is going to absorb a lot of that impact. All right, here we go. Oh, one sec. I want to see the sign. I'm assuming that's like a sharp right, sharp left in that country. So those signs let you know what's coming up, okay? So there's the sharp right. Oh, somebody's not paying attention, not riding within their skill level, needing 2 lanes to ride on the road. It's like a kid that's in school. It's like, dude, you're in 3rd grade and you're still not coloring within the lines? What the heck, man? Slow down. Be a little more careful with that crayon. Why are we using crayons? It's 3rd grade. And there's the collision. Slow it down before the corners, guys. It says slow right here. We have a sharp left turn right here. Nice and easy turn. Oh, had to lay her down. Now, why did that happen?
These were definitely way too difficult road conditions for such risky riding. Too much speed and aggressive lean caused the ride.
35, I'm assuming kilometers. 35 kilometers. It's like 20 miles an hour. 20-something miles an hour.
Rider to lose control of the bike.
I don't see his right hand on the front brake. So typically what I see when stuff like this happens, like we talked about, is that we slam the front brake. So maybe he slammed the rear brake. Now, why would he panic? Because we can't see his... Felix, you guys are really quick in the chat. We do this on a live stream, so if you want to, hit subscribe, notification bell button. You can participate in the chat. Because we over here in the class, so if you hit that like button and subscribe, you get a slice of pizza. Probably slam that rear brake. Now, why? Because you're spooked by the car. As soon as he sees that car, it's like, ah, you know? It gets you a little distracted. So then you panic, maybe hit that rear brake a little bit too hard. Rear tire slides out from underneath you. So whenever you get that little panic moment, you're like, a little car. Focus on your ride. Get out of that and be like, okay, I need to focus. I need to focus. I need to focus. I need to focus. I need to focus on my lane. Let's not focus on the car. I get it. It's a little freaky. But if you trust that you're in the lane, you trust that you're going to make this turn, you trust your skills. And then, yeah, it looks a little bit wet. The road looks a little bit shiny, so maybe a little bit wet, but it's some good aggregate. You should handle it. Your tires should be good enough. He did hit the car because I saw this. Yeah. Not good. Hopefully that's not his body. It's just a bike. Yeah, a little bit grim, dark humor. Yeah, riding motorcycles is dangerous, guys. I witnessed a great bit of driving while riding my monster. All right, what do we got here? Okay. Side of the vehicle coming out. Oh, nice swerve, buddy. Side of the vehicle coming out for the other motorcycle rider. We just so happen to see it from our point of view. So it's an intersection. Remember what I was saying? Locate hazardous situations. Is it a relevant threat? If it's an active threat, you have to do something. Those 3 things. Write in the chat if you remember. Write in the chat if you remember. Good swerve. Nice swerve. Handled it. All right, I nearly crashed 3 times in one ride. What went wrong? If you're almost crashing 3 times in one ride, after the second one, I'm turning around and going home. I'm going home. What do we got? What do we got? Plan our ride. Position for safety. Locate. Okay, corners at hazardous intersection. We're not turning, dude. So good job applying the brakes in a straight line so that we didn't hit anything. And he wasn't going super duper fast. But once again, corners are dangerous for motorcycle riders. Failure to negotiate a corner is one of the big reasons why we crash. So we're coming up to here, we're slowing down. You get to here, you still need to be slowing down, but you need to be looking through the turn. You need to be looking over here and turning these handlebars that way. Counter steer, get through the turn. Don't stare at, oh crap, I'm going to hit that. Guess where you're going? Let me guess. He's going to go right in between these 2 chevron marks. Because that's where he's looking. That's where he's looking. He forgot to turn. He's looking at the problem, not the solution. The solution is to continue going. Okay, so that's 1. Where's the other 2? Now what do we do from here? Nice slow speed maneuver to get yourself out of it. Check it out, the books. QR codes right here. I do it for you. I can demonstrate it. Okay, here we go. Link in description. 20% off. Go practice 20. Okay. Space cushion. Good job with progressive braking. Very good. So this is perfect. This is why I don't ride in the middle of the lane behind a vehicle. I'll ride in the middle of the lane when there's no vehicles in front of me or I have a really big space cushion. Okay. Now what I like to do when I'm riding is off to the sides. Now why? Because off to the sides, I can escape. I get it, there's a car coming, but I can escape to the right very easily. Now, another thing I can do is that I can just lane split if I can't stop in time. But I'll ride off to the sides. And it allows me to have a good line of sight around the vehicle so I can see what's happening in front of the vehicle. So he does have an escape right here if he needed to. But if you're already positioned off to the right, the escape is basically going straight, which is much easier to do than to swerve. Good job with the brakes, though. That was really good progressive brake pressure.
Nasty.
Handled it. Increase your space cushion now. Okay, so now we're getting to here. Can't see around these hedges. Line of sight's an issue. What's coming around this corner? We don't know. Good job with the brakes. Seeing ahead of time. Maybe he's on his way home now. Looks like a new rider, yes. And that's another thing is that, guys, if you're brand new, once again, he's using a quad lock. I use Rockform. It's a motorcycle phone mount, which you can have, like I said, it comes with a digital version if you want to get the drills. It comes with the digital version. So put your phone on your bike when you're practicing, right? But I like that he has his GPS right here because it tells you where the turns are coming up. It's like a mini map when you're playing video games. It works really well. It lets you know what's coming up ahead.
Oh,
I like
what is wrong with
rock form because it has a magnet. These are all magnets, so I can put my phone on stuff. It's nice at the gym. All right. Nice little turn. Somebody's not going to make it, though. Yep, there it is. Go a little too fast in the turn. Hopefully not off the cliff. This is why you practice your high-speed maneuvers on a track. Slow speed in a parking lot. Open lane pattern. Perfect example. I love this. I point this out every single video. So if you're watching this like your 8th video, it's like you're seeing a lot of the same things. Hopefully it's going to kick into your brain. Oh, I should probably be paying attention to this stuff when I'm out riding. A lot of you say in the chat, in the comments, like, I hear open lane pattern, I hear side of the vehicle, I hear all these things, I hear planning when I'm riding. Good, good. This is an open lane pattern. We don't want to be stuck behind all these vehicles. So we switch to the open lane to the right. Big long line of cars, and we're switching over to the open lane over here. Now, since we did it, why wouldn't any of these people want to do the same thing? So if we switch into this lane and now we're over here and they switch into us, what do? Mercy brake, mercy accelerate, or mercy swerve. That's the only things we can do. But be aware, perceive this ahead of time so you can react faster. Let's see what happens. Probably a pedestrian. Oh, the road split back, so you try to get back in. Okay. But that's a good example of an open lane pattern. Not a big deal. Oh, that's a big deal, though. That's a now relevant threat. It's an active threat. Let him in. Just let him in. He's going to win. He's going to win. He's angry. He probably has to get home really quickly because he has to take a dump. See, doing this stuff is not going to work. All right, what do we got here? Yeah, boy. McDonald's.
Into trouble.
Nice body positioning. Oh, real quick. That right there. When it comes to planning a ride, locating hazard situations, looking for potholes. It's only a relevant threat if it's right in front of you. It's over in this lane, not a big deal because you're not in that lane, but it's right in front of you. That's when it becomes a problem. So you have to swerve around it into a new position for safety. So not a good position for safety. Here's the relevant threat. It's an active threat because it's in front of you. Move over into a new position for safety. P for position. That's what he did. But, oh! Need a thumbnail. All right. Not much you can do there. History. Boom. Yeah. Get tore up. Guys, wear gear. Don't ride like idiots. Why was he trying to pass in the first place? Okay, so we have a car coming into our lane. All right. Pay attention to what's up ahead. Pay attention to what's up ahead. Ugh. A lot of the older videos have road rage stuff. All right, let's take a look at this one. We have sun in our eyes, no gear on our hands. What do we got? Look at the ground. Why did he fall? Look at the ground. It's kind of hard to see it when you're riding, but it's easy to pause and look at it. Look at it, all. It's shiny, yeah, oily. Has all this oil on it. Good job, guys. Go ahead and grab yourself a slice of pizza. We got plenty more. Got answering good answers over here. Yeah, you can't do anything about that. Don't go on it. I wouldn't try to cross over it. All right, that's why we wear gear, everybody. And there's a left turner.
What?
Good swerve. Take the sidewalk if you need to. He's turning left. Good luck trying to catch up.
See me, ma'am?
No.
She's having a day.
No, I didn't. I did before I
Okay, well, I'm glad we're all right.
Yeah, I'd be like, my life is pretty good. I'm riding an e-bike that costs a little bit more. I didn't have to buy an e-bike. You need to.
Signaling too late and not checking properly before changing lanes really caught this rider off guard.
All right, we're getting a little boxed in. Side open lane pattern. Now our lane, so it doesn't have to be just an open spot, so nobody's there. If our lane is moving faster than the lane next to you, and they're stacked behind vehicles, they're gonna want to switch to the faster lane, just like you're at the grocery store. 3 lanes are open. There's 3 lanes, people doing stuff, and one of them's moving quicker because the cashier has less people, or she's just really good at her job. You're gonna want to move over to that lane that's moving quicker, right? Same thing here. That black vehicle or that red vehicle on the right side might want to move over to your lane. And right now we're in the blind spot. So if somebody does switch over, emergency swerve, emergency accelerate, emergency brake. What are we going to do? In this situation, would probably emergency brake to let them in. Not a big deal. Okay, I got to practice my emergency braking.
Action helped.
Let's see what happens.
Avoid the crash.
There it is.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
There it is. But good job with the swerve. He had an opportunity to swerve. I didn't know there was another vehicle or not.
Stupid.
So good swerve into a new position. Let them in. Not a big deal. Okay, we're pulling over. Nice little. Is that a Harley? Oh. Oh. What happened? Oh, it was the van backing up?
See? You don't see me though? No, you see. I know, but you don't.
We're all blurry. My eyeballs aren't working.
You cannot park. No.
So he parked behind the vehicle backed up.
That's fine. I record around you. Asking you. But call the car. Can you call? You want me to break it? You want me to break it?
No. All right, here we go. Cruising, having some fun. We're switching over. They want to switch over too. That was a good emergency acceleration moment, so you can get yourself out of it. We're going over here. We're going to make a right-handed turn. Nice little camera angle. Can't see anything, so good job. Oh, they didn't want to do that anymore. They did not look. You notice how he didn't look at all? Okay. You're in D group. Very cool at the Track Academy. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Just move on. You got yourself out of it. Good. Going pretty good speed here. Nothing. Big open area. Love it. Anybody wanting to pass? There it is. Okay. So you have a big open area in front of you. You see a lot of cars coming. Just be aware that somebody might want to pass. So they did. So what did he do? He moved over to a new position for safety, located that vehicle coming out at him. And instead of being over here like he was, he switched over to the right. It's pretty self-explanatory when you move over, right? But that's what you're doing. You're locating the situation. Is it a relevant threat? Yes, it is. Is it an active threat? Yes, it is. I need to move over to a new position. And the reason why I do that, the reason why I have that there, is a lot of people will see it's an active threat and freeze. Or they'll honk the horn, they'll rev bomb, they'll do something that does not get them into a new position for safety. They'll freeze or just like fight with words in the horn. What you need to do is move. It doesn't matter what they're doing is wrong. It doesn't matter at all. You need to make it home. So move. You're not going to win. So I make it a point to actually put it in words. To move into a new position for safety. It doesn't say honk the horn. It doesn't say that. You got 3 things to do. That's it. Don't complicate it. So good job moving over. Good job. You had a shoulder also to use if you needed it. All right, here we go. Almost caught a pigeon in the face. This is why you wear a full face helmet. It's wearing a Cardo Pack Talk Bold. That's the old version of the Pack Talk Edge. Love these things. 10% off if you really want one. You can listen to music, listen to your GPS, talk to each other. 23. Uh-oh, side of the vehicle. What do we do here? Emergency brake, emergency swerve, emergency accelerate. A little bit of a swerve, a little bit of an acceleration out of there. Good job. That's it. That's all you do. All right, here we go. Insane car crash on highway. I helped. All right, so we can rescue if we need to. So ensure your own safety first. Well, remain calm and then ensure your own safety. And then if they're bleeding out heavily externally, you can stop these major bleeds with some training. So go take a stop the bleed course. Highly recommend it. So good job parking in front. Ensured your safety of yourself and the motorcycle. Walk up to it slowly. See if any traffic's going to hit this vehicle too. You don't want to be trapped right here.
Are you guys good?
You heard that, huh?
I didn't hear it, but I'm just passing by. I just wanted to ask if you guys are good.
Always keep an eye on traffic coming at you. Keep an eye on traffic, because a lot of people are idiots and they don't pay attention.
Are you good? Can we move the car to the side or no? What happened?
Okay, she's having her own adrenaline dump, so that's where the shakes are coming. A little bit of a panic. Face hurts a little bit. Hands and wrists probably hurt a little bit. Airbag deployed.
You want to move to the side? I'm sorry. Yeah, of course.
So you see how everyone's looking at the person, right? They're looking at the patient. You can talk to the like I'm pretend you're the patient. I'm talking to you. Traffic's coming from this direction. I'm just talking to you. I could just do this and talk to you. I can look down where traffic's coming and be like, "You doing okay? Yeah? Okay. Can you move? No? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and step out of the car and let's go ahead and get somewhere safer. Let's get you out of the lane." Okay? Like, look where traffic's coming. They will hit you. Look at that arm. It's looking good. Shadows are looking. Yeah.
Should we try to move the car to the side?
Don't turn your back to traffic. Don't. There you go. Look down that way. Okay, if you want to push. Make sure she puts it in neutral.
All right, then, man.
Bye, man.
Stay safe, all right?
Very good. I'm glad you went and stopped to help, but I really want you guys to protect yourself when it comes to something like this. Watch for traffic. Idiots are out there. We've seen it all the time. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Grab yourself a slice of pizza. Enjoy the rest of the videos that we have. Remember to check out the how to ride a motorcycle basically in an hour. If you don't know how to ride, it's the perfect video for you. I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Woo-wee! 2.5 hours. Look at that. Yeah, beware of the Prius. We haven't seen a lot of that lately. That used to be a big thing back in the day. I don't know. Maybe Prius drivers got better? I don't know. What do you guys think? It's usually Beamers. Yeah. Do you recommend the Pack Talk Neo? Is it more... So the Neo is good. It's basically the same platform as the Pack Talk Edge. It's just that it's like you got to pay for the extra features. It's kind of weird. I would probably go for the Spirit or something like that. If you're going to be just riding for music and GPS, you don't need to get the super duper Neo Edge Pro or anything like that, because you're just listening to music and listening to GPS. If you're riding like in big group rides all the time and everyone has like a Cardo, especially Edges, it's good to have the Edge. And then yeah, so I mean just for GPS and music, get the cheaper ones. I think it's like, what is it? I just said it. The Spirit or the Freecom. That's all you really need. Yeah, if that's all you're doing it for. Yeah. Don't buy the cheapest version, get at least the Spirit HD. Yeah, because some of them like have better speakers. The Pack Talk Edge and the Pro have JBL speakers. I think the Pro is a 45 millimeter or whatever, and then the Edge is a 40. But this is loud. Like, it's super loud. It's like really loud. But yeah, that's what I would do. But guys, I got to go ahead and start editing these videos. Make sure you hit that like button though. I see some of you guys. There's 97. Oh, we got 112 likes. Before we leave, hit that like button. Hit it. Let's see if we can get to 120. We're at 113. Hit that like button. Grab a slice of pizza. I'm going to edit. I'll see you guys next week on another live stream. I'll be out of town tomorrow. And yeah, I got some more filming to do for the Smart Rider Training Manual. We got chapter 11, 12 at least. I really want to get pretty much all of it done next week. That's pretty crazy. I want to get almost all of it done next week. So we'll see how far I get. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to take the elevator out of here.